All right, we live, man. We live. We're gonna let the people come in for a little bit. I know we got more guests joining us,
Mhm.
so we ain't gonna sweat it. So let's see, man. Let's see. But yo, you saw that video I sent you about the that promo that Montez cut,
Yeah,
bro. If they don't do nothing with that, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. Like that was a good promo. I ain't gonna lie.
it was, but bruh, at this point, man, whenever I hear street profit shit, it's like until I see it, I won't
Hmm.
believe it. So it's like
Don't get too excited.
exactly, man. That's just how it is. It's like they're at that stage where it's like, nah.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Mhm.
Hey,
Okay, well,
y'all. Oh,
hey
there you go.
guys.
Hey, humble.
You good? Everybody, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. We got special guests in the building. Of course, we got my guy Ricky the Shadow. Of course, we got Humble in the building, and we got more coming. So y'all stay tuned, and y'all make sure y'all lock in for the stream today. We talking about a lot, as you can see from the title of this live, things that WWE needs to address in 2025. And you know what? One of the things that's on the list, they actually addressed it yesterday. Let's talk about that women's championship, man. The mid card women's championship on SmackDown with the white strap, the United States Championship for the women. So y'all already know I want to get right into it. So Ricky, what you think about the white strap belt?
So I always said this: when you grab a men's championship, 9 times out of 10, if you put a white strap on it and make a women's title, it's gonna look way better. I don't know what it is about the white strap that makes everything pop out. And like, I was hoping they would do something different, like add a red strap with the U.S. title. Be more creative. But I like the way it looks with the white strap, so I won't complain. But yeah, I like it. I just hope they treat it well, cause now WWE fans, they need to shut up when it comes to, oh, AEW has too many championship belts and stuff like that. So because now we adding more, and we obviously gonna have that women's IC championship. We're gonna have that, but
Actually, I got a theory about that, but let me welcome my guy Sam from Wrestling with Things. What's going on, bro?
What's going on
what's
with y'all?
up?
How y'all doing on this lovely Saturday?
Man,
Doing good, man. Doing
doing
good.
good, man. We talking about
Doing
that women's
great.
championship. You feel me? That's the first topic of discussion. But before I let Humble go, let me say this, y'all. I have a theory.
Mm.
I don't think they're gonna do the women's IC belt. I think what they're gonna do is they gave the women the mid card title because Raw they requesting everybody. They're gonna have mad stuff over there. I think the women's tag team championships are gonna be primarily a Raw women's mid card title, and I think SmackDown is just gonna be like that's the mid card title for the women.
Mm.
But I'm humble. I'm gonna let you go. Just let me introduce my guy David from Wrestling with Things as well. We got both the
What's good,
Wrestling with Things
Dave?
guys in the building.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you, Ricky. Good to see you again, Kai. Good to see you again. I'm
What's up, man?
excited to talk tonight.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm gonna let Humble go. What you think about? We talking about things that WWE needs to address in 2025. And the first thing that we're talking about, they already addressed yesterday, the women's mid card title. So Humble, what you think?
I'm very proud of the WWE taking a step to give the women another title. Here's my concern. WWE books the chase to the title very well, but they don't book the chapters of being a champion in WWE. So that has me concerned. Because if you look at Braun Breaker with the IC title, can we really say he's on the run? No, he's not on the run with that title. And so they really got to add some layers to it because just holding a belt is just not enough.
Mhm.
I
I
agree.
agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
she's not wrong. Like,
Shit, hey, I'm gonna let Wrestling with Things. I'm gonna let y'all boys cook, man. What y'all think about the United States Championship for the ladies?
I'm really excited about this. I do think it's the right time. There's so many talented women on the roster that need to get their feet wet and see how they would do with the run before they get to the world title level. So I think this gives a lot of the mid card women something to do, something to elevate them before they get to the world title. I'm thinking of Chelsea Green, that's my favorite to win it. She's done such great character work with her Karen character that's always complaining to management, and she's paid her due. She's taken crazy ladder bumps anytime they need her to make someone look good. She's steps up and does well. So I think this title could do very well, work wonders for people like Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, those people that just needed a boost. I think it's gonna do real well for them.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. 100%. There's a lot of rising women that definitely still need some development. They definitely still need some polishing. They before they can, go up against like the big time, women like Bianca Belair or maybe a Becky Lynch if she gets back in the fold, or maybe a Charlotte. There's a lot of women who, if you put them next to those women, they just won't be taken serious enough. It will kind of just be a rollover win, and we already know. So this title now can give them some credibility, make them
Yeah.
stand out, make them seem more legit. So now if they end up against the next tier of women, it's just not a rollover. It's just not something we laugh at.
Right. I'm gonna say this. I agree with my guy, right hand Cam. By the way, what's up, my YouTube nephew? I see you in the comment section. But my guy, right hand Cam, I agree. I think me and him should get it, and this is why, right? Well, WWE, I think they kind of messed up. They should have revealed that title and then had the stuff with Miriam, Chelsea, and Piper, because Miriam took two W's, right? And then where's she been since then? Since the trash match. I don't know if she even done anything. So it
Hmm.
would kind of make sense if she was the first one, especially now you got this title. I think you should put on somebody who's never had a championship in WWE. And
Yeah.
that's Mia Yim. I mean, it would just make sense, and she would get over. I mean, Chelsea Green's over for a lot of different reasons, but at the end of the day, no one thought Kalani Jordan, at least I didn't think she was going to win that NXT North American Women's Championship. I thought it was anybody else in that match. So obviously, that title, you can help propel that title depending on who you put it on. So I think me and Yin would be a good candidate, and then just have her fight somebody who we think that she would lose to. But that would make it more exciting, you know?
Mm, I agree with you. I will say this. I personally think if they don't go that route of giving it to someone who has never won a championship before, they need to go with someone that has experience with like a women's midcard title, and the only one that really got that is Jade when she was the TBS champ in AEW, and that was one, in my opinion, for a woman who was still learning as the weeks go on. She was killing that run, and I wouldn't mind seeing someone like Naomi win it, because let's be real, everybody, it's like we said this so many times. It's not the title that makes the person; it's the person that makes the title.
Hmm.
And why not have a former world champion, a women's world champion, have that championship? Add some prestige in it, and then eventually, whoever beats Naomi, which I feel like it won't be too soon after. I mean, it'll be very soon after she wins it because of the way they booking her, which I hope not. But it'll be beneficial because they beat the first ever women's United States champ and a former world champion in the women's division and a former women's tag champ in the women's division and shit like that. So, but that's if they don't go the route of let's give it to someone new, fresh, and stuff like that. But that's just me.
I like what you said there, Ricky. I just want to jump in real quick. It's funny. The first person that I think ideally should have it is Jade, but the only reason I didn't pick her is because she's holding the tag titles, and I know WWE's
Yeah,
most likely not going to give her both. But
yeah.
I think Jade would be a great boost to see how she does here. But I think the ultimate benefit is give it to somebody that never won a title. But I agree. If you're gonna give it to someone that has won a championship, Naomi and Jade are some good candidates.
Let me ask you guys
Well,
this.
I'm
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think Jade has enough mic ability to hold that title?
So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna say yes because every time I look at a wrestler cut a promo outside WWE, it just feels right. But whenever I see them in WWE, it's like, okay, this feels somewhat right, but there's something missing. And a good example of that is Jacob Fatu. Like I'm just waiting for them to let him talk how he used to talk. Like that's why I'm excited about this Raw on Netflix because even though he's on SmackDown, you know he's gonna pop up on Raw eventually.
Mhm.
So I think Jay does have good mic work. They just gotta stop with the whole, like trying to. As much as this is no longer the PG era, they need to just let them talk they shit. And she was talking hella shit when she was in AEW, so I think she does. It's just it's just every time they do a promo, it's always Bianca talking. So it's like this
Right.
Right.
she don't even talk much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she talks enough where it's like she's talking, but not enough where it's like you can't have that feeling that that wrestler gives you when they're cutting that good promo and they're like, damn, this dude's speaking facts. Damn, this girl is speaking facts. So, but yeah, I think she does. Just they just don't let her talk as much.
Yeah, they haven't given her a lot of promo opportunities, so it,
That's what I
it's
was wondering.
it's
Yeah,
not
like
fair. I don't think it would be fair to say she can't cut a promo. I think she's shown she can on AEW.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. I
Right.
was wondering, do they stop her from talking because she can't, or do they stop her from talking because it's just they want her to be that big, figure?
right. Yeah.
That's
What do you think,
interesting.
Humble?
Right, Humble, what you got?
So I think they stop her from talking because as the women are limited, there isn't the rumors and it's the constant. The women are the ratings killer. They kill the ratings, but that's not necessarily true. The women are always so our creative is the match. If you look at the women's tag team match, there's no storyline going on in that. The belt has been the center of their story. Okay, we go to the back, we have a bump in and a counter. You piss me off, I'm pissed off. We have a match. It's the same on NXT. We both go to the back, we have an encounter. You piss me off, um, we have a match. You got to give the women stories because, like, I felt like when I was, listening to one of my favorite YouTubers, Wrestling Color, she was saying how the thrill is gone with Jade, and I was like, "I don't think it's gone, I just think they don't know, once again, how to deal with Black women." I feel like Jade does have the promo skills, and to me, if I'm WWE, because you take from AEW every 2 minutes, I would run it back with her Bow Wow storyline, and I would involve Carmelo, I would involve Kalani, I would involve Jada Parker, and I would have give everybody the rub, like the way he was trying to flirt with her and come at her, and she kept telling him, "I got a man, I got a man," and everybody's like benefiting from Bow Wow because he got his own restaurant. He's a rapper, he can get you studio time, he can, he has sway, because he's a rapper. That could be the story. It could be funny, it could be humorous. It doesn't have to be, Jade and Bianca having this whole friendship and betrayal story because that's the constant in the WWE and even AEW. You were my friend, now you betrayed me, now we at war. I think that Jade and Bianca can split amicably. I think this could be a story that can solely focus on Jade individually, and it would give the rub to other, other young people on the roster. Like, I tried to holler at you. Now I'm all on the Jada Parker train. And Jada Parker, to me, I think if they were to give Jay the US title, I think Jada Parker is fully capable of having a match with Jay for that title, that US Women's title. But that's just my opinion.
Nah, I agree. Let me say
I'm
this.
with
I
you.
I just thought about something, y'all. When you mentioned the whole best friend turning on their tag team partner, simultaneously, we got like 3 to 4 of that going on right now.
Mhm.
Tommaso Ciampa is already teasing turning on Johnny Gargano. Yeah, Bianca Belair and Jay, they keep teasing it to the point where they're not even teasing. They're kind of telling us like, yo, something about to happen. Kofi and Xavier Woods, and then people a wild card is maybe the Street Profits will break up. So I'm like, damn, they actually really running that back, and they're running
Yeah.
that 4 times now. But
And
Actually,
don't forget it was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller just
oh,
a couple
yep,
of months
yeah,
back.
yep,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they was
forgot
that
teasing a
about that.
breakup between them.
and you got Finn Balor teasing breaking up with Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Like it's a bunch of that going on, and I will agree that it's like, damn. So it's just everybody. It's like today's the season where everybody just wants to backstab each other. Like
hmm
it's like I don't know, man. Like and like I get it. they, but like try something new, you know. And I agree with the Jade and Bianca thing. They can easily be like, "Look, I go my way, you go your way. We do what we gotta do. Focus on our solo careers." Or if not, just have the draft and like
Split
separate
them
them
up.
in
Yeah.
Split
different
them up.
brands.
Yeah.
You can easily do that.
They gonna drop them belts soon. I feel like something is telling me like within the next 2 months they probably drop them belts. But I had a crazy idea. So Roxanne Perez been taking a lot of pins recently, right? What if she dropped that belt? They call her up. Her first call up is to go after the Women's United States Championship. I mean, think about it. That's what they do for the men. Whoever's the male champion in NXT, he becomes the IC champion literally next, or the United States champion. So I mean, if Roxanne Perez dropped that belt to Stephanie Valkyrie or Julia, then call her up, have her. She could be the surprise entrant in the battle royal or a ladder match, whatever the case may be. She get that strap. I mean, I think the fans might like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm here for that because I think a lot of people still don't believe NXT is a solidified developmental brand that really develops stars. And to me, I like Chelsea Green, I like Mia Yim, but me, the US title needs to be on someone young and who can go.
Mhm.
And I really do think it should be Roxanne. And then if it's not Roxanne, I wouldn't have a problem with it being Sol Ruka. You know, Sol can go when she you I mean a reverse RKO, that's impressive. I know that's gonna do some things to her back in the future, but the girl can go. Um, Same with, Kalani, she can go. I'm a huge fan of, I'm also enjoying the development of Izzy Dane. Izzy Dane can go when she's got the right person in Ariana Grace. You know, Ariana Grace has very good character skills and Tatum Paxley.
You got it.
So I want to say this real quick. If it's gonna be someone from NXT, I want it to be someone that is not in no title picture whatsoever. Like I get it. I don't get me wrong. I love Roxanne Perez, but it's like she's doing an amazing. Like she has an amazing run in NXT. So if they was just to end it right there, just so she can have be the first ever women's United States champion, it's like you. First of all, we won't even know if it'll work because like when you're over in NXT is one thing, but when you got to keep that momentum going in the main roster, that's a little harder because and the main roster crowd, they like we said this before, they always like to change their minds every other few weeks. So I don't know if I necessarily think she should do that. If she does, I wouldn't be mad because it's like she is legit, you know. But if they're gonna pick someone from NXT, I wouldn't mind like a Lola Vice or something like that, you know. Someone that's good, but like ain't really holding no time soon from the looks of it. Ain't gonna hold the NXT Women's Championship. Ain't gonna hold the Women's North American Championship. You know stuff like that. And who knows? But I definitely think Lola Vice can do it, and maybe Jada Parker. But I think she still needs some time. Give her a few months. Maybe she could hope be the third or the fourth person to hold it. But I don't know if it's someone from NXT. It might as well just be someone that's not like in the title picture there, you know? But that's just me.
You really think Lola Vice doesn't got any chance at any of those belts?
The way everything's going right now, no. Which I would love to see her with the championship belt and down there, but for some reason I just don't see it, especially right now with all like the women doing this, the whole feud that Roxanne Perez got, and then Shorty just lost the belt to the what's her name? I forgot her name already. Shoot. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like she just lost the belt, so they're not gonna done feuding, not at least for a few weeks. I just and again, Sean is a lot like Triple H, so it's only a matter of time before that team starts feeling resentments towards her and says, "I
Hmm.
should be champion, not you." I feel
Hmm.
like that Sean is like he's different, but you can see the Triple H and Shawn Michaels similarities with
Yeah,
bookings. So I see that happening soon. Like I don't know. I just don't see Lola Vice winning those titles soon. Just how
because
everything is.
I thought she can. I thought she could get the next best one. I don't think she could get the big one yet, but I thought she
Hmm.
could at least get the next best one.
Real quick, y'all. Welcome to OG Expert Level Wrestling Podcast in the building, man. What's going on, bro?
Was good, OG.
Good
What's
OG.
going
What
on,
up,
players?
though?
All right. We gonna talk this expo level wrestling game on the psychology for sure.
We in the building, man. We got a full panel, y'all. Y'all getting so much content. It's absolutely crazy. But listen, we was talking about issues that WWE needs to address 2025. So far, we've been talking a lot about the women's mid card championship. I want to get your thoughts real quick, and then next we're gonna move on to talk about these the overflow of talent as an issue that they need to address. So, what you think about the women's mid card championship for SmackDown?
I think it was good, and I think they did a good tease because I don't really know what the fuck they got planned. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's a good thing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? To have us not wondering. I think Chelsea Green is a good person to have it, and I think that they should give it to her because they
Mhm.
need a certain type of person to put some prestige on it. The first one, the first person they give it to, it's important. You don't want to give it to like two or three people and it be raggedy runs and then try to bring it back later. It's new. We don't have to worry about bringing this shit back. Just build that shit up right now, and then it'll be all good.
Bet. So y'all, so listen, y'all, I want to address this. So by the way, all these topics that I got, guys, I was gonna make a video about this, but I said, you know what, man, let me give it to the people for the low low. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all can enjoy it. So here's the thing, right? I was gonna address the overflow of talent in WWE. I personally feel like they have so much talent that they had to make, you know, a women's mid card championship. They had to do this, they had to do that. They have talent, you know, cross pollinating across brands instead of just having people who stay on their natural brand. So what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think we should hit another budget cut, or do y'all think that WWE should either make more belts, or what's the solution to the overflow of talent? Because they got too many. Humble, I see you ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know what this thing is in wrestling is with hoarding talent and keeping so many people that you know you don't have any plans for. Um, I feel awful because nobody wants to discuss people losing their jobs, but I'm just like, WWE, you got 5 hours of television and you got at least 200 people total on the roster. Who can you do something with? Like, start having honest conversations with some of these wrestlers. Like, we tried, it didn't work. Like, I don't understand what's the point of hanging on to Apollo Crews and Vinci and all these people
Right.
if you're not gonna do nothing to them. Blair Davenport, you
Yes.
knew she botched when she was in NXT, but you
Mm-hmm.
brought her up to the main roster just to twiddle her thumbs. Like, it's just I get so annoyed with that because if when I fought WWE, I also fought AEW. Everyone, I give my energy to everybody. Please stop hoarding talent. You know what I'm saying? These people are young, they're healthy. If you're not gonna do nothing with them, let them go. It's like I don't understand what it is about. Oh, let's just sign all this talent, knowing you're not gonna put them on TV.
I agree. Hey, hey, I want Sam to go before you go. Hey, chat, cut that shit out, yo. Y'all talk bad about Karrion Cross again. I'm gonna be on y'all ass, man.
Real talk.
I love
Real.
Karrion
I
Cross, bro.
like
Don't do that
Karrion Cross.
shit. Don't do
Not
that to me,
him.
chat.
Not him.
Yeah, y'all gotta leave him alone.
Yeah, not
Homie is
him.
doing the best he can for what they're giving him. So
Not
like,
him.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he actually has real potential.
yeah,
Unlike the people she just named. She just named some
exactly.
perfect examples. Apollo
Like,
Crews. Cut
Get
him
out of here.
loose.
Hmm.
Cut
they're
him
not
loose.
doing
Put him in
anything.
put him in the
Yeah,
garbage.
He's a
yeah,
bum.
Like it's a slew of people. It's really a slew of people that's just around there taking up space, pretty much doing nothing. And it's also it. I hate to say it, but our truth is it time for you to retire? Make some room.
I mean, I say the same thing about the New Day. I am so not invested in this New Day 10-year anniversary thing
Y'all are
they're having
getting
on Monday.
carried away, man.
Yeah, Monday
Me
night. I'm
neither.
not. I'm
Me
just
neither.
not interested.
Y'all are
The
getting carried
Miz,
away a little bit.
the
I'm
Miz.
with
I
you.
like
I'm
the
with you all the
Miz,
way
but
on
when
that.
I
Hey,
can, when the
I
Miz
wanted to
can
talk about
go,
that
but it's
too.
like
Our truth. It's time for you to hang it up. It's not
wait,
funny
hold
no
on, hold
more.
on, hold on, hold on,
It's
hold on,
not
hold on.
Nah,
funny no more. It's not
the
funny no
new
more.
day, the new day shit. So y'all, because Do y'all think it's a swerve? Because it seems like it's so obvious that there's going to be a turn that there might not be a turn because they're
I
making it so
think
obvious.
I'm
I'll be
glad you said that,
pissed.
Ogie. I'm glad you said that, Ogie. I think it is a swerve. I think because let's be honest, if they were gonna break up, WWE would have ripped the band-aid off already. So there
Hmm.
must be a reason why they're stretching it out. And look, I could be wrong. There's been no rumors about it, but
Ooh, I know what you're about to say.
New Day's 10th anniversary is coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a feeling
Somebody's coming
maybe
back.
I have a feeling Big E's gonna come back in some
Yep.
capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're trying to make us think it's a split for good, but Big E surprises us and keeps things together.
I didn't
Yep.
even think of
I,
that. Hold
as
the
soon
hell
as you
up.
started saying, I was like, oh shit, I
Do
already
y'all
know.
really want to see that though?
If he
I'm
can
gonna be
Hell
wrestle, we
honest,
no.
might.
I
Do
don't want
y'all
to
I'm
see
really
it.
want to
I'm
see that?
sorry, I
If
don't
he
want
can
to
listen.
see it.
wrestle, if he can
Do I
I
wrestle, I
want
want to
don't.
see
to
it.
wait?
If he
Hold
can
on. I
wrestle,
That's
would
the
love to
question.
see. I love to see Biggie come back. But let's say he says I'm clear and I'm ready to go.
mm-hmm.
If they pull this, oh, you guys are the power of positivity, and he ends up being like the glue that keeps them together, and they all good after that, then
I don't
yeah,
want to
no,
see
I
that.
don't want to see
I
that.
don't want to see
I
That's a
that.
don't
bad
want to see it.
I
story.
don't want to see
Just
that.
because it's like, bro, take this from probably one of the biggest Rey Mysterio fans in the world. Once you, it don't matter if you're doing it on purpose or accident. Once you take that mask off to beat him, you're a heel. It's like you're a douchebag. You have to go all the way with it at that point. And then he's talking mad shit. And then he even saying you should have never wore the mask in the first place. Then like he's just talking mad shit. It's like if he really doesn't turn heel, or they do a swerve where Kofi turns heel, what was the point of all of this? What was the point with the Odyssey Jones? What was the point of them losing the tournament? What was the point of them doing all this? What's the point of Woods wearing all black and gray and Kofi wearing all colorful green and stuff like that? Like, what was the point, you know?
Character development.
But here's the thing, you guys. It's like I feel for a lot of these young people, like the Tiffany Strattons, the Austin Theories, and the Braun Breakers, because I'm sorry, New Day and the Miz and R-Truth, y'all taking up space. It's like you old, you need to go home. I mean, just let some of let Street Profits get some time. You know what I'm saying? Randy Orton too. It's just like some people just need to go home, and I'm getting to a point where my complaint is you have all this young talent. You're now going to bring in more young talent to this WWEID program, and it's like, come on, man! Like, can we solve the problem of WWE having this inability to transition new into new stars and building up new stars? Because that's the problem. I do think we're seeing the same people on Monday Night Raw and the same people on SmackDown. And you got this crop of young talent that's just getting set on.
I agree,
It,
except for the Randy Orton thing. I don't know because Randy Orton can still hold a value in actually putting young
Yes.
people over.
Yes.
Like
Yes. I think
Randy
Miz
Orton,
can
John
too.
Cena, Miz. If
I
they
think
give
Miz
him
can
some,
You
too.
think Miz has no value to the
I think
roster?
Miz can still help. Miz can, but our truth.
Can
Miz.
I, I
What
I
think
what
mean, we need to
Miz.
include Carlito in that too. I mean, who is Carlito helping?
I mean,
Carlito,
yeah,
yeah.
Carlito could
Damn.
go. Carlito could go.
Carlito
Carlito
can
could
Our
go.
Yeah,
Jew
definitely
what's
go.
up with
Carlito.
y'all? Like y'all just
Carlito
saying
could go.
I'm
everybody at this
sorry.
point.
Yeah, for
It's
real,
time for the
bro.
No,
Like,
old
hold
heads to
on,
Carlito can.
go.
hold
It
You
on.
can
need
Like,
work.
you need veterans to help your young guys.
I was
You
just
They,
about to
need it,
say
bro.
that.
But
But
they
let's
have to
let's
be
be
Let's
doing
not.
real.
legit.
So
Rob
But
you
they
Van
want
have
to
to be
Dam.
so
doing legit
so hold
things.
on, hold on. So you want a roster filled with a bunch of NXT rookies? It,
I mean,
it's to
but we just
balance.
saw Rob Van Dam on that ECW show. They didn't even hit 800,000 viewers. Sometimes you go
Yeah.
into that legend well don't always help. We just saw with Austin Theory taking on John Cena. That rub don't feel special because we constantly know you want to come back to do something for WrestleMania or whatever show you want to be on.
Okay,
It, it, they just
I
have to
was.
be doing legit things.
Mm-hmm. I just think. I think when it comes to someone like The Miz, I think yeah he should retire just because is because the way he goes, it's like let's say the minute he retires, you know he's just gonna be hosting WrestleMania or hosting a show, or they're probably gonna give him another show. He's still gonna be in that company even if he decides to hang the boots up. So if he retires right now, it's like everybody's gonna be like, wait, what? And I'll be like, yeah, over exaggerating. They're gonna give him something. Like they give him his own reality TV show. Like So they're gonna definitely give him some type of a job. Um, as far as like our truth and stuff like that, I don't want to see him retire just yet. Just because like I get it, like he's been doing this since what the Attitude Era, but it's like he's the only real good comedy part about wrestling right now in WWE.
You think
And
he's funny?
yeah, for the stuff that he's been doing, yeah, I think he is not all the time like he used to be. Like every week he had me dying, but there's times he still makes me laugh, you know. And so I think they should keep him. And plus, it's not like he does he really take up too much time on TV? Like when was the last
Right,
time he
he
had
pops up for like
But
a
like
it's not
second.
they
funny.
I see
It's not.
I
It's
can
not
name more
funny anymore.
segments.
It's not funny
You don't think
I
he's
anymore.
mean,
funny no more?
at some point,
You
at
want to
some
know the
point,
last time it was funny? You want to know the last time it was funny when he turned
That's
on John Cena and he was smoking cigarettes and he was acting
That shit was
crazy
dope.
and
That
he
was
wait, wait,
was
wait.
that
So
was
doing
you
his
that
trying
was
to
a
say
accent
the
favorite
and
last
one.
running through.
time he was
That
good
was
was
the
when I was
last
in
time it
elementary
was
school?
funny. That was the last time it was funny. That was like a decade ago,
Wait,
man.
what
but
about the
let's, I mean,
24/7 stuff? Uh-huh.
but let's remember, wrestling was about who puts butts in the seats. And do you see the Miz, R-Truth, Carlito, Natalia, all them putting butts in seats?
Oh,
Natalia?
Natalia, get
No.
the fuck
The
out of here.
Miz,
Truth?
yes.
Yes.
Get
The
Natalia the
Miz,
fuck out
yeah.
of here,
The
man.
The
Miz,
Miz?
yes.
A little bit.
The
The Miz
Miz
can
could
still
talk
help.
people into the building. When you
And
let
he's
him
and he's
ride,
Yeah.
still
he
he's
could
still a
talk
great
people into.
heel too. He's still a great heel.
That was what I was just about to say. As long as they keep him heel, I won't mind them keeping
I
him just
can't. I
because
yeah
his
yeah.
best work is when he's a heel, hands
When
down.
he
But
yeah.
here's the thing. You don't
Hmm.
gotta fire these people.
Yeah,
They could help. They could help the young talent. Help the motherfuckers backstage. I
yeah.
don't need to see Natalia doing a segment with fucking Zelina Vega and Lyra Valkyria and
That's
having a
so
match.
freaking
She
random.
can take them to the fucking performance center and help them out. Like you don't gotta
Which is
fire
what
them.
she's
They
in
taking
the.
up TV
Mhm.
time though. That's
Yeah,
what
like
Exactly.
our
bothering me. Like,
truth can manage. Our truth can be a manager because he got mic skills. He could be a manager. I think Natalia is producing matches in the back. I just think that the Miz and all these people, it's like you eating up a lot of unnecessary TV time. And
Mm.
you done got your money. Same with Sheamus. You eating
Okay.
up all this TV time.
Wait,
Sheamus, you
what?
not
Yo, I'm
going.
gonna lose
wow,
Sheamus
my
ain't
hold
Wait,
on,
wait,
going
mind. Hold
nowhere.
on.
Sheamus is
yo,
not going
hold,
anywhere, y'all. He's
hold on.
not going
It's
anywhere.
it's not.
I'm
It's
about to
not.
have a damn heart
It's
attack.
it's it's,
I'm
it's
gonna lose
not.
my mind,
I'm
man.
about to
It's
say, wait a
not.
Sheamus.
minute now.
It's really not. It's not
You can
entertaining.
give Sheamus 5 more years. Come on now.
Sheamus
So
can
we just
stay
gonna
though.
pretend like Sheamus didn't carry the company on his back with Randy and Drew during the pandemic.
Sheamus puts
We
in work.
that's what I'm saying. We're gonna pretend like
But
homie's not
Sheamus
throwing
is
bangers.
old, y'all. Like he ain't
But
with it.
Sheamus
What?
in the ring. But
If
He's
Sheamus
Sheamus
not
in
gotta
that
go,
old
I'm
compared
sorry.
to other
but
Sheamus is
Sheamus in
wrestlers.
taking
the
time
ring.
from Omos.
Sheamus in the
Omos is
ring is still
younger. Put the
consistent.
investment and energy in Omos. Why are we putting it in the Sheamus,
But
who will probably get injured and need more time off than a young you superstar that'll get injured and can bounce back? I just don't think that all these old
God,
people should be taking up time, and that's been
No,
the
but
biggest
he's
complaint
still.
from the IWC.
But
Sheamus
But he's
and
still active
Art
though. Like
Randy and
yeah.
all these people should not be eating up time from this shit. New Day, y'all.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, it's
humble.
time
With
to make
all
some
due
moves.
respect, with
Y'all
all
Netflix now,
humble,
and Netflix.
I res-
And people say, oh, it ain't about ratings. No, it ain't. But guess what?
it
Netflix
is.
does something called watch hours, and they
Yeah.
want those watch hours.
Ugh.
Hmm.
And I just don't see
Oof.
Sheamus and the Miz and the New Day bringing butts in the seats. Wrestling had to grow up with people. That's what made the 90s wrestling so good. When it was Hulk Hogan talking about, eat your vitamins, say your prayers. Then he was NWO Hulk Hogan. I could relate because I wasn't that 6-year-old little girl watching Hulk
Hmm.
Hogan anymore. I was
Hmm.
now a 12-year-old, 13-year-old now in middle school watching the NWO Hulk Hogan. So it's like all these people are not growing up with the fan base. There were 5-year-olds watching New Day and The Miz. They're not there anymore. It's not
You
it
cooking.
can't be bootios and pancakes. Like I was there when I was 5. I'm
Hmm.
not there
Hmm.
at 13, 14 years old.
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, but like Xavier was cooked by itself, man. That New Day. Listen, I respect them to do it. I was wrong about them, and I'm happy they did what they did. They made an impact. They great tag team champions,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But Xavier Woods is. I'm trying to tell people that Xavier Woods is could be levels above the bullshit that he does with the New Day, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
From what I
he
seen in
could be.
TNA, I knew that he was going to be something. But
I mean, to
you
be
know,
fair, I think you made the argument that all three of them can do better without the New Days. If we're
I
gonna be
agree with
completely
I agree
honest,
with
that's
that.
facts. That's
all
facts.
three of them, like
All
Kofi,
three of them could have
Kofi had an
value.
amazing run.
Kofi already proved it.
Big E is, yeah, he's a big guy, but he's not a generic big guy. Like there's different about him, and he can actually cut a promo, and he doesn't sound like some juiced up meathead when he cuts a promo like the other guys do. And like Woods is actually very good. It's just, see, if I was to, if they, let's say this was the Shield, everybody knows the way the WWE system always watched the Shield was it was Roman, Seth, and Dean. Woods is like Dean. He's a fan favorite. He's very underrated, underappreciated, and they ain't really gonna do much with him. Hopefully now they're waking up and realizing, yeah, let's see what he can do. But it's like, man, I don't know. I just think Woods has potential to do something great. I, I could have sworn he would have been a U.S. champ by now, but it's only a
Mm.
matter of time.
OG, what you got, man? What you thinking?
I don't know. I was saying it on the previous stream where they should, if they were to book the King of the Ring shit how they used to, uh, then Xavier Woods would already kind of be right across a bridge. Now it's like he got to start over. So it's like, he got that acknowledgement, but it's not really acknowledged when that's supposed to be a springboard. You know what I'm saying, towards everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying. Just like I was saying about Nia, like you ain't gotta like you don't have to like go full Booker T mode, but it should be acknowledged. Like you need at least be having the crown with you on deck, or just having the, if you were heel had a challenge just to beat niggas with the shit and cheat. But it need like it's too much of a stunt. If you want a whole tournament to win some shit, you supposed to flex that shit every time and rub it in
Mhm.
people's faces like, yeah, I am the so and so and so and so, and now I'm going for the so and so instead of
Mhm.
just you know. Um, so with the New Day, Xavier Woods, yeah, bro, he could have popped, but now it's too many other people came in. He
Exactly.
missed
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
missed his opportunity. They could have gave him his opportunity back then. It didn't happen. Um, I'm curious to see what Big E should do. 'Cause my whole thing with Big E is just because he's not cleared to wrestle. I mean, you could have him doing a manager, you could have him cutting promos, or you could just have him interject and make the beef something what left or right. So he's too much of a piece to just have on the side just for the simple fact that he can't wrestle. Um,
he gonna be there for the 10 year
And he
guarantee.
and
It's,
he's
it's,
and
it's
he's
no
not a
way.
good and he's not a good
just,
analyst neither.
just like coffee. Like I mean,
He not.
we got to not play the black card. Like he had his run, but unless it's like a gap, like 10 years from now, he's never gonna be champion again.
Nah.
Hmm.
WWE champion? Hell no.
No.
I think they was gonna. I thought they were gonna let all three of them be champion once because
No.
that's like something historic. I mean, Xavier Woods could. They could give him a little, just a little.
No.
They could. They
No.
could.
Let him win a mid card title first and see how that goes. Cause
Exactly. Let's
I
see
listen,
mean,
how that
it's too
goes.
Woods is
late for that,
good,
bro. He getting old.
but world champion good? I don't know about that. Listen,
Nah,
Big
hell
E,
no.
here's the thing. Big E from the start was meant to be a world champion. Just by his presence alone.
He was
Kofi,
supposed to be.
yeah. Kofi, he had the underdog story. So it worked perfectly. Woods is like this is the moment for Woods to prove himself. So if he gets a world championship, I don't see it anytime soon.
Nah,
I see him getting 3 or 4 mid card title reigns before that, in
I
a
don't think,
span of 5 years
bro.
probably.
He might retire and never be a mid card champion. I'm not gonna lie. Based off how
Damn.
shit is kind of looking right now, think about it, bro.
I mean,
Look at the mid card. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. You then on the other side, you're gonna have Grayson Waller is gonna be the next Miz. They're trying to position him for that. As soon as this Austin Theory shit get through, and then you got the ones below coming up. Fucking Javon Evans is gonna get a mid card belt before Xavier Woods. At this point, might as
Javon, I,
well.
I mean,
Wesley, it's too many people.
Maybe,
Overflow
maybe
shit.
talent.
we could get Xavier the NXT North American Championship.
Nah,
How
that's
about
Put him
that?
disrespectful.
down to
That'll be
NXT.
disrespectful for him. That'll be disrespectful, bro.
I mean, they already put him down with Kofi with the tag titles.
We did it with Dominic.
And we let
Yeah, right.
Becky have the
Dominic different
women's
though. Dominic
NXT title.
different.
Facts, we
My
had
my
Becky.
thing is, here's what my issue with NXT, and it's really been WWE. When Chris Jericho said originally NXT was supposed to be the brand, I do believe that. Then when you critical of NXT, it's like, no, take it easy. It's the developmental brand. So they got to figure out what they want NXT to be. Because it's like, it can't be, okay, we ain't got nothing
That's their
for,
cop out. That's their cop
yeah,
out.
we ain't, that's their cop out. And it's like, we can't be like, well, Street Profits go for the NXT tag titles.
Yeah.
You getting beat
Right.
up by the Timo bloodline, so you can't win those titles. Same with LWO. You run them down there, they lose to Nathan Frazier and Axiom, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, they lose. And it's like, okay, and I'm supposed to take Austin Theory and Grayson Waller series last night going against Motor Machine Gun, like Motor City Machine Guns. Like, no, it's like, if this is your third brand, invest in it. You know what I'm saying? Put time and energy in it. Stop having ECW shows. I think nostalgia is great, but guess what? The people that you finally got that 619, it's probably going to drop off to like 500 again because people you have let NXT be so directionless. You won't push the young people that come from NXT, but you also are just keeping people there that you know can wrestle. JC Jane and Gigi Dola, baby, already got their PhD in NXT. They done been in there so long. It's like
Jeez.
you got at some point to start ripping the band-aid off some of your young talent. Just to me. And I just don't
I'm gonna
know
say
what
that.
more.
Let me say this, Black Book is. I feel like they need to. You know how like they'll how they'll like make somebody go down from the main roster to NXT. Well, and then it seems like something. So I feel like they need to like stagger it more towards more even, and it doesn't look like if you go from the main roster to NXT, then you're falling off. It's looked at more as the veterans are coming to pull it up. But it needs to be like a group of them to do it. Like if you just bring, like if the Street Profits go down there, it's gonna be like, oh, they going for it. But if the Street
Hmm.
Profits, like a couple of other cats come down there, then it's more of a stagger, and then it's just like, okay, they there for a purpose. They're not there, and then if they happen to get the NXT championship, then that's cool. But it's not looked at as, oh well, they couldn't get the other one. It's just like, no, because other cats down there too. Let some other, let me see who's on the main roster. Let somebody, it could be anybody. Let fucking what you call it, uh what's Gunther partner name? Boom, he could come down there and get the
Ludwig
NXT.
Kaiser.
Ludwig. Yeah.
Boom, now he's elevated, so now it don't seem like a punishment. It seemed like they're putting more prestige on the titles. On top of that, they're bringing up the younger brand and shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
Like
agree.
they fucked over Baron Corbin when they sent him down there. I to this day I kind of still don't understand why they sent Baron Corbin back down there. And then when he did go back down there, he made that shit dope. The shit with
Can
him
I
and Braun
just
Breaker
He
was dope
did,
to
and
me.
include
yeah?
Donovan Dijak in that. Dijak made it dope to
Oh
watch too.
yeah,
And then it's like now you're looking at Trick's run with the title, and it's like you're basically you left him with nobody down there. There's nothing going on the NXT's men's roster, and
they
I
could
feel
have
for
left
Trick
Apollo
because it's
Crews on
not
that
that.
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like I feel for
Facts.
Trick because I want to be invested in Trick, but I feel like I don't care about Rich Holland. I don't care about Ethan
Hmm.
Page. They're
Hmm.
not. They're not going to make a dent on the main roster. They're going to be work rate wrestler that you gave 5 minutes to, and then back to catering they go.
Well, Ethan Page is young and good.
I mean,
He
But
has
is he
time.
someone you
He
can
has
be
time.
invested in? Like
in my
it's
opinion,
like
I think he needs to stop with the promos. I think that's the reason why is because every time he cuts a promo, he's one of those wrestlers that when you hear him do an interview, he talks like very normally, like regular dude. But then when he talks, when he's trying to cut like a promo and stuff, it's like he changes up his voice. Like it sounds so like cartoonish, and it's like it's kind of annoying to me when he does that because it's like, dude, I know what you sound like. This is not what you sound like. He sound like an angry dad type of cartoonish, like. But I don't know, man. And also, I'm not a fan of himself calling himself the devil because it's like how many wrestlers are gonna keep calling themselves the devil? Like you got MJF, I'm the devil. CM Punk, I'm the devil. Hook, I'm
I
the
ain't even
young
thinking
pretty
about
boy
that shit.
devil. It's like, oh my god, we get it. You all are the devils. Like come on,
Exactly.
man. Like I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't listen. Can I be
NXT has
completely?
become Creative Wrestler Factory
Mm-hmm.
101. That's what it is. It's a Creative Wrestler Factory. And it just has me concerned with this ID program because it's not going to really embrace individuality and creativity. It's like, to me, I when you look at these people in NXT, I really wish they would sit down and have the conversation. What are they going to be on the main roster? What are they gonna be? How do we get them there? And I don't think they're having that conversation because it's like, here we are with Blair Davenport just sitting in catering. Kiana James, before she got hurt, she was sitting in catering. It's like you're not invested in you when you do things like that. You're saying that, well, the NXT brand is a failure because it can't create stars. It just can't. But I think there needs to be a real before we're bringing in more people from this ID program and all from AEW, like a Ricky Starks, let's figure out who's really going to do something on this main roster. How can we make the transition smoother? Because I don't want to see an Odyssey Jones situation again. It should not take an Odyssey Jones a year and a half to be on the main roster. That was just way too long.
Let me say this, y'all. Hey David, I'm gonna pass it to you. Let's talk about another issue. Let's talk about the PLEs being 5 matches for the most part.
Mhm.
Saudi actually shocked me. But so should the PLEs be more matches? And the WWE justification of the PLEs being so short is that they now make the shows before the PLE special. So you'll see your United States Championship on as the main event for SmackDown instead of it being on the PLE, or you'll see the IC Championship on Raw before, instead of it being on the PLE. Whereas I think that you should have championship matches on the PLEs and it should be more matches. Obviously, you got matches on regular TV sometimes too to get those ratings and get interest, but I'd rather see a PLE with 7 matches minimum. But what you think about that? I'm gonna let David go first.
Yeah, look, I'm a little torn. I'm a little conflicted, but I do agree. Look, I get Triple H's philosophy that less is more sometimes, but I think him having so many premium live events with 5 matches just feels like a force. It goes back to kind of Humble's larger point of there's so much talent. You're telling me you can't fit at least 6 or 7 matches on the card and fit in and spread out the talent on your premium live events. I think 6 matches is a sweet spot because I do understand you don't want to give everything away. You want to save certain things for TV, but I definitely think they need to fix that in 2025. 5 feels like too short for a premium live event, and I get it. Like you want to make sure each of your matches have the proper time, but I think if you want premium live events are supposed to feel special. So at least the mid card championships should be defended consistently along with the other titles on the premium live event. So I definitely think that's something that needs to be fixed.
Man, I'm old school with it, man. I think you should always, more times than not, you should always save your championship fights for your pay per view. More times than not,
Yep.
definitely. I liked how the Vince McMahon formula was when he used to always, tease, and then very rarely he'll throw in maybe a championship fight here or there on the Raws. But just the way Triple H is setting it up, I think he's experimenting. So I will give him some time to see if it works out better, because I'm always willing to extend time. But in my guess, I don't think it's gonna work out as good as making the fans really wait to see the two prize fighters touch up. That I think that's always the best formula.
People can say what they want about AEW. I like watching wrestling. I know people care about the story, the build up. I want to watch a wrestling match. If I'm watching the PLE and it's 5 matches, why the hell is PLE 3 hours? There's only 5 matches. But I watch
Exactly.
AEW. Them motherfuckers got 9 matches and the shit still end on time. Like that don't
Yes.
make sense to me. I don't know how that's a thing. Too many backstage segments at the PLEs. Too many damn. I don't want to see bro walking in. Man, we should start off with a match. Bring back the pre-matches. The little pre-show thing that's an hour before, that shit's stupid now. It don't make sense, bro. They say the same shit
Mhm.
every time. So I'd rather see do the pre-show matches again. Something
And
like that would be cool.
and not every match has to be extra long.
Not at
Facts.
all. Yeah, facts.
Not every match has to be extra long. Only your big prize fighters are supposed to have that time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Facts.
else, sorry to say, until you get to that level, you don't get that time.
Hey,
That's
Facts.
how
OG,
it's supposed to
OG, what you
go.
think, OG? About should the PLE be 5 matches? Is it good 5 matches or should it be more?
I think that the PLEs should be, depending on the storylines, we either got one or two main events. Because sometimes it may be one popping and sometimes it may be two. So that's two. Two fillers, two fillers in the opening match. So that's five, about five, and then the pre one. So yeah, we got about one or two main events depending on the storylines, and then three regular matches, and then one opening match. So that's three, four. I say between 5 and 6, and even still. And let me say this because I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, and I've been watching wrestling since the '80s. Since WrestleMania 3 is when I started. So the first WrestleMania I see was Hogan and Mr. T. So I've been watching for a long time. And so I know that if I'm trying to introduce the product to somebody else, even me as a fan, sometimes I be watching pay-per-views and I'd be like, that shit longer than the motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Real talk.
I'm a fan, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and I'm invested, and I'd still be like, because you can see the time, how long it's gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd be like, yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
3 more hours and
Mm-hmm.
shit. So it need to be a little bit shorter because, yeah, it's feeding us, but it's just like okay, just like me doing YouTube. So I've been doing YouTube for 6 years, and even I had to teach myself. You gotta talk to a new audience. So sometimes we get caught up talking to the people we already know and shit and we already like. And we gotta talk to the new audience. You know what I'm saying? So the new audience, they see a fucking 5 hour pay-per-view with some niggas they ain't never heard before, they not fucking with it. But maybe if the shit 3 hours of shit been on an hour already, they'll be like, let me check this shit out. And they get their ass like that. But yeah, I'm gonna say 5 to 6, depending on if it's like two heavy storylines, and you could do two main events, and then have like three regular matches, and then the opener. So that's what I say. Because sometimes even for me, I'm invested, and sometimes I be like,
Yeah.
shit, hella long.
Ricky.
Especially before them shits would be running for like 6 hours. Sometimes I'd be like, bruh, like
Yeah,
Oh hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky.
OG, I gotta quickly echo that. That's facts. Cause even I'm like you. I love watching everything, but there be times I'll be like, damn, I was sitting here for like almost 4 hours. Like make it digestible. I think there's a way to have 5 to 6 matches, but make it digestible and make it easy to go through.
So
I would like 6. I think 6 would be suitable. And then you gotta make it exciting. Like, to me, Tiffany Stratton had her 3rd attempted cash in on that show, and it's like, okay, either we gonna pull the trigger on Tiffany or are we not gonna pull the trigger? And I'm getting a little annoyed with that. To me, Bronson Reed should have went over Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is enough
Yes.
of an established star. Like, to me, the
Yo.
PLEs can be 6, but they just stop making them so predictable and with the safe booking, because the overprotective booking is what's hurting the PLEs for me. I don't. I'm tired of knowing. Oh, this is how it's gonna go down. Yep, interference from Raquel Rodriguez for Liv. Then she gonna run around, she the greatest of all time, but got constantly back to back help from Raquel or Dom to get what she to win her matches. And it's like I just wish they weren't so predictable.
That's how we get down in New Jersey. We
Hey,
help.
let me ask something. I want to ask y'all. I want to ask everybody on the panel this now. For one, the prelude to my talking point is I'm getting kind of tired of the Liv and Rhea shit. That shit, okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Let's move the fuck on. But the other thing is, I don't. I used to be a really, I used to really be a Liv, not a Liv. I used to really be a Rhea Ripley fan. And even at the time when, to me, where she peaked was at WrestleMania. I was looking at her like, and she
Mm-hmm.
came out. I'm like, she's a fucking star.
Mm-hmm.
But her and they how her pandering, it's making me like her less. I'm not into her as much now that she's popular, and now she has to act like she's popular. I don't really like it, bro. It's like she's doing too much, and she gotta just some people like even Roman. Like I don't like. Just sometimes you can just keep people who the fuck they are and ignore the crowd. I mean, ignore the crowd as far as ignore them as far as let them dictate what you do. Like Stone Cold, if they're doing hella shit, he's still sticking to his shit. But it's like characters like that when they care about what the audience think, it waters them down. Like, yeah, guys, like no, I don't want to hear Rhea like care
Mm-hmm.
about what the audience is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just let them. She can still be cheered, but let her be cheered for being the badass. She ain't gotta be like, yeah, guys, and you know what I mean? Like, so it, just like Roman, like when he first came with what, and he came with Jimmy, and he was just like trying to be cool. It's just like, nah, bro. Like that's you seem awkward, bro. It's cool. Just you get the you selling the merch, and you still the same character. You don't have to change shit. They're fucking with this right here, bro. Just because you're selling more merch doesn't necessarily mean that you have to start being a good guy. Like they're fucking with you now, bro. So
Right.
just that shit like that, because it's just trying to turn it off. Like, oh, okay, now it's going to be, like, nah, bro. Just stay the same, bro, and let motherfuckers fuck with you.
Hey, I'm gonna let
And
Ricky go. I'm gonna let Ricky go first. Hey, Maz, yo, get the y'all got to get the trolls if y'all gonna be Maz, bro. Get them niggas out of here. Ricky, you go first.
Yeah, I was just about to say, start kicking some people out. They saying some bullshit. But so my thing is, first I want to talk about the PLE thing. Um, I feel like you should have every championship defending the PLE, especially if you have someone like LA Knight as your champion. Like your whole thing is you're trying to get the overseas crowd hyped up to your live shows and stuff like that. Why not have a guy who's over like LA Knight? I never understood that. And like for example, Bad Blood. I think Liv was the only Liv and what Naya were the only ones that defended their belts that night. No mid card, no world title, no nothing. So that made no sense in my opinion. But I don't know, man. I think I think every champion should be in the PLEs, and maybe some feuds they are doing good right now, like Seth versus Bronson Reed, which I think Bronson Reed should have won,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. I don't think he's buried like a lot of people are saying, but he definitely should have won. Like homie legit injured Seth and all that, and like come on, bro, like it was right there. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. And the thing with Rhea is, I think Rhea the Liv Morgan feud is really like holding back Rhea at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she's not gonna win the women's championship back then, yeah, nah. Just end the feud already when she comes back. Like, who knows? Maybe she'll come back at the Royal Rumble and she'll eliminate like Bianca or someone else, and then that's how a feud starts with something else. But like, at this point, it's like you ain't gonna give her the title back. Just have Liv feud with someone else. Like,
See,
I think the feud
Shadow,
is done.
Shadow. You know what I would have did if I was booking? We back. You got your stupid ass band. That's what you get.
Mm.
You know what I would have did? If to make it make more sense, if y'all want to drag it, have Rhea circle the block. And now it's a love triangle, and he fucking with both of them. Now it's a turmoil between who can get him versus I snatched your man and your title, and you want to get revenge and shit. Like, no, like have him like just like some real player shit. Like I'm telling her this, I'm telling her that, and so now it's turmoil and shit because Rhea thinking it's gonna be some get back. He dipping and dabbing in both of them. Now it's interesting.
Mm.
I mean, real, he ain't fucking with you. So what's the whole thing? Okay, you can get revenge to the audience, but you still ain't gonna get the man back. So what's the point? And damn near might get the
I
title
mean,
back. But if he dunking on both of them, now it's a love triangle. And now it means something. So now it's presented like it's a love triangle, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It's somebody trying to get their ex back. That's different than love triangle.
well, I don't see it as real trying to get her ex back. I see it as more she's really mad. Like, I see this. The only reason I see this feud continuing is just because I think we might actually see Dom versus Rio. I think we
Yeah.
might see that. Um, I would like to see it if it's done right, but I don't know, man. Cause like, let's be real, it's Triple H. Rhea's his girl, so I think if that match does happen, Rhea's just gonna toss that dude around like a little bitch. Let's be honest. That's how I see that match going.
I
Yep.
agree.
Mhm. Like,
And we
I
gotta
mean,
stop. We gotta stop making Rhea the female John Cena. Stop having her whoop
that's
up
so
on
true.
Raquel Rodriguez.
What was the
Seriously,
point
if
of
Raquel,
bringing Raquel back if
yeah,
she's just
yeah,
gonna run? She's the
yeah,
bodyguard, but
And
she's
that
and
the
he
and
like
like
that's
Raquel is her equal. If people don't know anything about what Raquel was doing in NXT as the women's champion,
right.
she was killing
She
motherfuckers. Like
was,
she
but
was
Yes,
like,
going
yes.
ugh,
insane, bro. Now
this
Yes.
she
version of
has.
her, like how you the bodyguard, but yet you the first one to run. Make
Uh,
that make sense.
unless what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna have Raquel start getting too close to Dominic Mysterio, and then Dominic gonna give a little flirt back, just a little now and then, and then they're gonna have
No,
Raquel challenge for the title.
man, I don't want to see another Dom love story. I'm sorry. Like I
That's
get
his
it,
Yeah.
like
character
Yeah.
now.
homie,
That's his
like
We
I
just
get
character.
came
it.
from that. We just came
Listen,
from
yeah, exactly. It's like if it's gonna do something like Tiffany, like how she teased it. Obviously, they're not gonna do
They're
that.
not gonna do that
But
shit.
that was a funny tease, and like his face like that. But like the Raquel thing, it's like first of all, she just came back. We're gonna do that story already,
Hmm.
like, and it's like man, like I don't know, have Dom get man, have Dom go to NXT and get like Jada Parker or something. I don't know, like anything different. But like the Raquel thing, I think that's too predictable, and Raquel's way too good to be in some love triangle story, in my opinion. And they need to just take her away from the Judgment Day because again, how you the bodyguard, but yet you the first one to run, or you're the
yeah.
first one to get dropped, and or the first one to be scared that Rio's music is hitting. Like, come on now.
I'm gonna tell you this: Raquel Rodriguez ain't never gonna be nothing. You know why? Because she ain't got no hot body. That's what the new people, the new audience care. They want the fuckable women and shit. She big and
Yes.
tall, and they ain't checking for her. They want the live. They want the sexy ones that they want to fuck, bro. They
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
ain't
wait,
they
wait,
don't
wait,
care
wait, wait.
about these
Yup.
women being.
Yup. Yup.
You saying like basically the like
Rhea,
in a
she
way the
dominant too, but,
divas era
cats want to fuck her
is
though,
back in a way?
Hmm.
OG?
huh?
Do you think like is you trying to say like people are preferring like women's from the divas era, like how
Mm.
everybody like over like
No, no,
sexualize them,
Raquel is just
or
she's kind of squarey. She's kind of flat. So
you know
Yeah.
what
niggas
I
ain't
think?
get
She needs
that.
a gimmick. That's her problem. Cause
So
Yeah. Yeah.
if
I think
but China,
she just
China
needs
was
a gimmick.
China was muscular, but Cats wanted to hit that. Cats ain't
Yeah.
wanting to fuck with
Yeah. He's
Mm,
right.
Raquel like that.
He's right.
If she had a
He's right.
I
BBL,
don't know
Cats
if I
wouldn't
agree with
fuck that.
that, but
That's gonna
He's right. Nah, he's
Liv.
right.
I
He's
don't
right.
even like white girls, but Cats want to fuck Liv though. Cats
Yeah.
want to fuck Liv. Cats want to fuck
Yeah.
Jada. Cats want to fuck
Yep.
Beyonce. Cats want to fuck all of
Absolutely.
NXT.
Yeah.
That's
what?
where the push comes.
He's right.
Uh,
He's
Yeah,
right. You right,
that's
OG.
the real
You right,
shit. But
OG.
Cats ain't
I
I
trying
mean,
mean,
to
we
there
fuck.
are
seen it
fans
with
like
Lola
that.
Vice.
I'm with
We
it,
seen it with
OG.
Lola Vice and Jada Parker. People want
That's
to
true. That's true.
sleep with these women, but you can't.
Yeah.
The Cora Jays and the Roxanne. People want to drop their nuts on these ladies. I hate to say it like that, but that's true,
It's
and
true.
that's why
It works. It
people
Sex
want
works.
the time
sells.
of day
It
on
works.
television.
Yeah.
Sex
It
sells. Yeah.
works. I
Sex
mean,
sells.
it worked for Trish and Lita.
I
So
don't want to
again,
smash that. I'm not saying I wouldn't. Like if I was at a WWE show and she
Right.
was
If you
beating
had to
up,
pick,
like,
if you
hey,
had
I
to
be
pick,
getting them. I watch your YouTube videos, and I'd be like, come back, and I'd be like, for sure, let's do it.
no, I
if
agree.
you had
Just
But
if
on
you
because
the
had
way
if you had to
there,
pick, she
on the way
she's the
there,
last
Jada
one.
might come over here. I'm gonna be like, oh, Raquel, my bad. We already talked. See, it's gonna happen that fast.
mm,
OG, I might even go get Nia Jax before that.
Real, real
Absolutely.
talk. Real talk.
Absolutely.
damn.
You see what I'm saying,
I
OG?
slam Nia too. But see,
Naya, Naya, bad.
I will say this. I even told Couch this one of our very first few videos and live stream I did with Couch. I always say like sex appeal always sells.
Hmm.
especially like because
Of
controversial always
course.
sells. It is nothing more controversial than like a woman like sexualizing
She
herself
looked
or
like she
something
could
like
take a
that.
pounding, bro.
So
For real.
yeah,
Naya looked like she could take a pounding. You gotta get
Yeah,
for real with that shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
to me,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
mean to me with everybody now doing these IG exclusive subscriptions, that's the new OnlyFans. And to me,
Right. That's just
facts.
weird.
and
I
I'm
was just
saying I
about to
feel
bring
like
that up.
Mandy Rose should get her job back. I'm sorry. I think Mandy
Yeah,
Rose
Thank
should be back in
you.
the
I
if
agree.
you
I
gonna
Have
have
a
agree.
all
whole video on that shit.
yeah,
Well,
like
Like,
if you
oh
gonna
my
have
well, I don't
Sexy
know
god.
because
Red
you going a
and
little,
Megan Thee
you going a
Stallion
little
doing
far.
Fame, and now we featuring Cardi B in commercials that's talk nothing but about sexuality and sex
Oh my
appeal, then
god.
Mandy Rose needs her job back because
Exactly.
to be penalized for using her sex appeal to make money, I don't think
Mhm.
that's fair to her.
Mhm. I
I
agree.
think I
Cause
think that's a little too far though. That's a little too
what?
far.
I
Because
mean, but
Nah.
here's my
because
thing, right?
because if
Here's
she's
my
But
thing.
signing up
look
for
at Don Marie. She
OnlyFans,
Compare.
wasn't even hot in the face, but everybody, she had that body though. Everybody wanted to fade that.
she
Don
was
Marie,
beautiful. She was
she
beautiful.
wanted
But
But
here's
to,
my
she
thing
wanted
with.
to fade
if you're
those.
gonna sign up for
Mhm.
OnlyFans though, now you're indicating to the kids this is what I'm doing.
Well, to be
So
fair, to be
Well,
fair,
come
to be fair,
All
on
the
to be
now,
kids
fair.
seen
Hold
come
on,
on
hold
pink
on.
now. But
Because
sexy.
I
Wait, wait,
actually,
You got to
here's
keep
the
it
way when you
corporate.
brought
You
on
got to keep it
Sexy
corporate.
Red and you using Megan Thee Stallion for your
I
theme,
was, I was just about to say
That's a
that. Can
one
we be
off though.
completely
That's a one
honest?
off.
Can,
That's a one off.
she was there like 3 times. What you talk about one off?
I'm
yeah,
about to
he was
She
there
say.
was
like
there like
four
three
times.
times in
And she
like
gonna come
two
back too.
months.
Listen.
Sexy
You
Red's a part of the WWE family now, man.
Bro,
that part,
she's
I
gonna
won't be
come,
surprised if she's at
but here's the
WrestleMania
thing.
performing.
But she's
that
gonna
part,
come.
and that's
She's
in
gonna
Metro
come.
Boomin. I mean, that's
She
nothing but his music. Bees and hoes, bitches and hoes,
Hmm.
bitches. That's been his music. So it's like,
Exactly. And
stop trying to police
mhm,
it now. Don't
But
police
wait a
it
minute though,
now.
y'all.
exactly. And you know what's
Everybody seen
I
the
crazy?
think
paid
there's a
sex tape, and
difference
she
Wait,
still
hold on,
got a
hold
between
on.
job.
But
So
here's the
what we
thing,
talking
right?
about?
Triple H and all them, they trying to get in touch with this hip hop stuff. You know damn well the only hip hop they know is like, I got a fat ass. Oh, I get my dick sucked 24/7. I get bitches. I get that. You know
yeah,
that's the only music they hear. They're like, oh, this is what they want. Bet let's do this. Let's bring this
right.
artist. Well, I mean, why do you think they got Sexy Red there? Why do you think they got Metro Boomin? Why do you think? That Cardi B
Well,
is
well,
doing a
well,
commercial for SummerSlam?
And
they
and
got
Mandy
him. Well,
Rose
they
is sitting
got
up
him.
here being penalized unnecessarily. To
That's what
me,
I
she
agree.
need her
Well,
job back because to me,
well,
she gonna be bringing all these people on
there's
Hmm.
stage.
kind of a different. You guys are kind of, there's a difference between being my talent versus just being a talent. I got to rant real quick. You
So,
know,
That's facts.
what you mean? Like, do you not
there's a
think that Mandy
difference.
was good?
No, but Mandy was a good talent. But
Mhm.
if you represent us, because once you sign that contract, you represent us. You got to do the stuff that we, you know,
Here's my thing, right?
approve of.
Right, but
You
here's
got to
my thing,
do
right?
those cricket commercials and stuff like that. Not
Right.
OnlyFans.
But my thing is this, right? Out of everything that happened, this is the WWE we talking about.
Good game. What's going on, bro?
Like,
Keep
we
going.
had women show their tits on live television.
20
Real
years
talk.
Bro,
ago.
like,
20 years ago.
And
all right,
let's
bet
keep
you
it
want
a
to.
20
buck.
years
You
The
know
only
what?
ago.
I
reason
knew you
why
was
the
gonna say that
IG
argument.
20
So
game,
here's
years
what I
ago.
got this. So here's what I got to say with this, right? Logan Paul is one of the biggest draws, right? We can all agree with that, regardless if we hate him or
Absolutely.
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Homie scam children out of money with Bitcoin or whatever the hell that shit. Not Bitcoin. What was that thing called? Crypto.
Hmm.
Basically, that's a crime. And
That was
homie still got a
before.
job.
That was
No, 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 no,
before.
no, 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 no.
That was
I remember
before.
when that happened. That was a year after he signed that contract with WWE. He already had a bunch of matches. He should have been let go. But they kept the scammer who also has a previous past of being on some dickhead shit, recording dead people and stuff in like one of the most respectable countries. Then you got people failing wellness policy, and the whole reason the wellness policy thing happened is because of what happened with Chris Benoit.
Hmm.
But yet
Yeah.
Roman still got his job after he failed the wellness policy. How many times we hear Jimmy and Jay get a DUI
Roman's our
and
face
they
of the
still got the
company.
gym?
I'm about to
Yeah,
say
Roman
but
is
that's
our
Hold
my
face
on,
of
thing,
the
right?
it's
company.
different.
But
Roman,
here's
He's
my
under
thing
hold
though.
on,
different
hold on, hold on.
standards.
so my
Different
thing with this
standards.
is this.
Hold on.
Roman
Let's
is
I
be
our
think
clear.
face of the
Roman.
company.
Hold on. Let's be clear. Roman took Adderall. That's not a hard substance.
It doesn't matter what he took,
I'm
Dave.
about to
He's
say it
our
don't
face of
matter.
the
That don't
But
company.
matter.
that's the thing. It
He's our
doesn't
face of
matter
the
because at
company.
the end of the
If
day,
he was sniffing cocaine, it would be okay. That's our
my
face of the
thing is
company.
this though. What I'm trying to say is there's so many people that done worse there's so many people that done worse stuff than show a couple of titties. Like the way people make it seem what Mandy did, she's making it seem like, hey guys, and they said, "Bruh." Like, no, she legit showed the. I saw the video. I'm like, this is why she was fired for. Like, out
Listen,
of
but here's
everything,
the
She
thing
doesn't
though.
bring she doesn't bring value like everybody else. Everybody else can do whatever they want because they bring value. You
bro,
They
could
she
do
bring
was
little
killing
promoted
shit.
it in
value.
NXT. What y'all not
Oh,
talking
oh,
about?
I
She
come
don't.
not
on
bringing
now.
value.
They had higher ratings than NXT because on paid television. Y'all on the free TV on CW, y'all can't even hit up to 800,000 viewers on the free TV show,
But
the free
listen, she
television
not
network. To
she
me,
not
I
Samoan.
just
You
think,
know,
Right.
but I'm just saying though, it's like what the IG exclusive subscription is. It's like a toned down OnlyFans,
hmm
but don't think that they brought that to the table to the wrestlers because they ain't got their hands in their pockets. Because I truly think that's why they
yeah,
kicked back
yeah.
in with Twitch and letting the wrestlers have Twitch because they got their hands in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
To me, my thing is Mandy Rose could wrestle. She could. Did I
Yeah.
care for how long she held the NXT Women's title? No, but the girl could wrestle, and I'm just saying if we're gonna be bringing in Sexy Red and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, let that woman have her job back. I mean, seriously, you finally did a A&E biography on China, knowing that she did adult films. I
She
mean,
she dead
Facts.
just
now.
stop.
She dead now.
Yeah,
She dead now.
yeah, but I'm saying, let that woman have her job back.
I don't think
Stop
she
sitting
wants
up
a
there
job back
saying
though.
thinking
To be
we
honest,
for the kids, but we gonna bring in Metro Boomin that makes tons of music with cursing and lyrics of violence in it. It's like you can't have it all, and I just think it's hypocritical to shelve her
I agree.
because she was just doing what she needed to do for money.
I
She
can't.
had to sit back
I
and watch
can't.
a dragon leave,
I
Facts.
can't
get
agree
more
with
money
stuff
than her,
like
and
that
she the
though.
champion in NXT.
Yeah. And here's my thing too. People keep saying, "Oh, it's the kids, the kids." I'm sorry, but like these kids be
These kids are
knowing.
watching porn.
That's what I'm about to say. Like these
They're
kids,
all over.
So
bro.
They
so
see
I
it
so
saw
so
a
all.
two
gun
wrongs
before
make
I
a
was
right.
even a
Two wrongs
teenager and
make a
knew how
right,
that
guys.
shit
The,
felt in your hand. Like I'm
the,
just saying, like
does two
like
wrongs
these
make a right,
kids
guys?
know. But
right?
These
but my
kids,
thing is,
these
no, no, no,
kids
no.
are
Listen, listen,
watching.
listen,
These
listen, listen.
kids are
Come
watching
on,
more
man. The two
profanity
wrongs
than
This
don't
is
make
us.
it
my thing.
right.
This is
Just
my
because the
thing.
kids are watching porn don't mean that I gotta influence them and nudge them towards that direction.
Yes,
That's
it
But
facts. That's
does.
hold on,
facts.
let's get one thing clear. Has wrestling ever really been for kids?
No,
Not really.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
no, 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 no.
It's
Hold
been
on, hold
said
on.
several
Really think
for
times,
about it.
dude.
Really
kids.
think about it.
I mean,
Really
let's
think
give it a
about it.
buck.
Before the
It's
Last
been
attitude,
night,
several
before
Randy
the
times
Orton
that
got
attitude
his
the
era.
cursing
kids
Think
was
about
Has
it.
porn.
wrestling?
I mean, he was cursing on SmackDown last night. So it's like you can't
Mm,
sit up here and be for the kids, but then you let Randy Orton go
Yeah, Randy
full
was
adult
cussing.
mode in his promo. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
mhm. Like, here's
It,
my thing, right? It's like wrestling, and if we're gonna keep it 100, nothing was really made for kids. Not even cartoons. Like nothing was really made for kids. It just so happens they're like, hey, if we make a kid version, we could get more money off of it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
like people when people be like, oh, of course wrestling is for kids. Look at the '80s, and then they some people think that's where wrestling started. No,
Mhm.
wrestling was started in the '70s and the '60s and stuff like that. So
Even
it's
before
like,
that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Even before that. So like, my thing is just like nothing's really made for kids. So when has wrestling really been for kids? Like, yes, eventually we had the PG
Hold
era
on,
and
I don't
stuff
mean
like
to
here's
that.
cut
what
in.
here's what you
Shadow,
guys.
hold on, Ricky. I don't mean to cut in, but Stephen B in the chat is cooking. Samantha Irvin, while she was with WWE, was posting naked pictures and thirst traps. They didn't fire her, but they let
Facts.
her stay. So Mandy should be bought back. Thank you, Stephen.
I agree. And as a matter of fact, you can argue
Not
that
the same.
Samantha's
Not the
pictures
same
were
thing.
worse.
Not the
You
same
can
thing.
argue it was worse. Let me tell you why. There
Did
was
you
a
guys hear
picture.
how good of a ring announcer she was?
Did you not see how good Mandy Rose was in the ring?
It's
Yeah,
not
she
the
was
same
really good.
value
It's not
though.
the same thing,
You
bro.
That's
It's
not the
not the
same
yeah,
same.
you're right.
value.
One's valuable and one's just a ring announcer.
Real talk.
That ring announcer was great. She was
She
great
was
at it.
great, but
That's one and
you
two
can't repl- but
five.
listen, so was Lillian Garcia. They replaced her.
Yeah,
So was
but
the other dude. They replaced
Lillian's
him.
old, man.
Hold
You
on,
Yeah,
wanna,
y'all.
if
but
you
she
wanna
old,
talk
but
about
she
old people, Lillian's old.
She old, man.
Hey yo,
She
let's
that
not get
job's
too off
not
track,
permanent.
yo. Let's do this. Let's do this, right? Here's
all
another.
right.
Let's address another issue for the people. Hey, OG,
Okay.
I'm gonna let you take it. How do we make baby faces cool in 2025? Everybody loves the heels, and now everybody wants to be a tweener, but nobody is really showing love to the genuine babyface, like legit babyface. And the one that comes to my head the most, Cody Rhodes is probably the most legit babyface in the company, but he's still not being in the forefront. Roman and the bloodline, yeah, they supposed to be baby faces, but let's be honest, they're really tweeners. Roman Reigns still got that anti-hero type of energy. So how do we make baby faces cool in 2025? How do they address that issue? I'm gonna let OG go, then I'm gonna let the wrestling with things guys take it, and then I'm gonna let Ricky and Humble end us off with that one.
I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. I think I need to put the Burberrys back on because I'm about to cook. I don't know where I put them. This is what needs to be done. This is the expert level shit, bro. So life has evolved. The way we buy groceries has evolved. The way we shop has evolved. The way we fuck has evolved. The way we date has evolved. So all of that. So that's the first package. Let me sit up. That's the first package we got right there. All of that evolution. So as far as that, what needs to happen is we need to evolve what a heel in a face looks like. So what do I mean? So boom. So in this new age, a heel is a person who has alliances that are only to get over and to rise. They you can't trust them. They're despicable. Those type of things. But when we talk about the face are just guys that have integrity and they have real alliances to help in save the company or just whatever type of narrative. But they're just more integrity based. But they can be integrity based. But like Cody Rhodes, one thing I like about him is even though he's a face, like so the whole face kissing babies and shit, that shit needs to end because we don't have to kiss babies no more to be a face. You know what I'm saying? Jey Uso ain't kissing no babies, and if he did, he doesn't have to. So it just needs to be it needs to evolve what that looks like. So I'd say like even though Cody he's a face and he's like smiling all the time, you know, he'll still come at you with the smoke. If it's three of y'all and there's one of y'all, he'll still fight. You know, so he still has that, you know, that face as far as battle and you know, and don't disrespect me and I'll fight for my rights type shit. But at the same time, you don't have to book faces like John Cena and shit like that. That shit's dead. You ain't gotta do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Faces could be cool now. Faces don't have to kiss ass. So I say the difference between the faces and heels, what needs to be is just, you know, faces are more integrity based and heels are more opportunist based. And based on their characters, that evolves of how that is based on what the fuck they're already doing and shit. But just because you turn into a face, you ain't need to be in like Dallas, say ho, and
Yeah.
everybody says ho. Like you ain't gotta do that type shit no more. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree.
Absolutely.
And I grew up watching the Cena era and the Rey Mysterio era. I'll say this: you can't do that anymore. Times are changing. You know, it's sort of like the Attitude Era, where it's like if you're a babyface, you're gonna have to be like edgy. You can't be clean cut, doing it for the right reasons type of people. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do that no more, man. People are maturing more. The younger these kids are, the more mature they seem to be. So the whole good guy, goody two shoes shit is not gonna work, man. At this point, now I don't think. I think you can make some like exceptions with like again they trying so hard to get the new Rey Mysterio, something like that. Like if it's a small guy, all right, cool, but at the same time, even that might not work no more. But I don't know, like Rhea is edgy, and I think that's what makes her lovable as a babyface. Like, yeah, she does do the thing like mommy's here, this and that, but she's still edgy. Like, cause keep in mind, if this was the Vince era, we would not see her all black hair, tattooed. Nah, but we is, you know, she's making dirty jokes, she's doing her thing. So like that's a good example of what a babyface is gonna have to be if they want to get over with the crowd for the next, I want to say, 10 years.
Let me just add one quick thing too. So that I see somebody saying, see, there's a difference. The difference between like CM Punk and Randy Orton being facing kind of pandering is because they've been heels for so long that we waited 10 to 15 years to see this version of them. So it doesn't. It's not
Agreed.
cheesy when Randy
Agreed.
Orton is kind of like, hey, I'm back and I'm having a good time. I don't
Yeah.
look at him as corny. You know what I'm saying? Because he was knocking motherfuckers' heads off. going in people's houses, fucking people's bitches. So I know all of that. So now it's kind of refreshing to see him as a regular dude. You know
I
what I'm
agree. I think now we see guys like Punk and guys like Randy more as, oh, they don't need to do what they used to do. They pay their dues. They can just be themselves and have fun now. That's
Hey,
how I see it.
before y'all go, Dave and Sam, I would say I think the perfect example of what baby faces should try to strive to be is like LA Knight. He's LA Knight's a baby
Yeah.
face, yes, but he got like that edge to him, and he'll still do some shit like he especially gets referee, but he'll still ruin the match if he don't like the other two motherfuckers involved, whether they're a face or they a heel, he still get busier. I think faces should try to be that, and I think somebody said it in the comment section. Cody Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes dye his hair black and start kind of acting like how he used to act, and he can still be a face, I think he'll get over. But what y'all got though? What y'all think?
I'll say this. I know. Look, we've been criticizing WWE, rightfully so. They deserve to be critiqued, but I'm gonna give them their flowers a little bit. I think they've done a great job of getting away from the cookie cutter stereotype babyface. They've done a better job. Now there's still room for improvement, but I think they've done a good job. Let's take Kevin Owens for example. Obviously, he's turned heel with the Randy Orton stuff, but Kevin Owens is still, while he was a babyface, he still acknowledged, look, I'm gonna fight for my good, but I'm still gonna knock anybody that steps to me out. I'm still fight Owens fight. I'll fight anybody. Same with LA Knight. I thought that was a great example. Uh, I think he's done a great job, even though I'm a baby face. I will still step to anybody. I will do what I see is right. And I'm not going to be cookie cutter. I'm not going to kiss the babies. I'm not going to smile at everybody. And then let's even take CM Punk and Randy Orton. I know they're legends, but I think they've done a good job about being good guys, but they haven't changed the core of their character. They kept the core essence of what made them special, and they didn't just become generic goody two shoes baby faces. So I actually think WWE is on the right track with how they're allowing baby faces to keep what makes them popular.
Yeah, so it's I think it's simple, right? It's a simple thing. It's all about like the interactions, like when people are going back and forth with each other on the microphone. They just the reason why I hold people like Austin, The Rock, and such like a high regard is because whether they were face or heel, when they were in interactions with each other, they're actually insulting each other like grown men. You know what I mean? Like they with those their back and forth is what you would hear if two grown men was really about to get into a scuffle or a fight. So I just think if they let people now just get more loose with doing that, you will see a whole lot of better baby faces in today's game. Because just like Kai said, LA Knight does a fabulous job of something like that. Oh shoot, injured. Oh my goodness.
Is that Randy?
Yeah. LA Knight does a fabulous job of that. Roman Reigns, when he's going back and forth with someone on the microphone, he does a terrific job of that. Even Cody even though he's like the real goody guy on the roster, when he's going in an interaction, he's willing to actually, target you and really insult you and really approach you like it's really about to be a fight. So some of the guys on the roster get away from that, and I think that's what ruins them. They try to just because they're in a baby face, they try to be noble even with their insults. Like, what are you doing? Just really attack the person.
Right.
Facts.
Oh, it's a work, by the way. It's a work for sure because WWE posted it, so it's a work.
Mhm.
So they say going to be out for There's no timetable in his return, so I assume that Kevin Owens is about to go straight into the program with Cody Rhodes and probably have a match with him at Survivor Series. So
Yep.
that's cool. But who next? Humble, what you think? What you think about the making the baby faces cool?
I mean, I think they're gonna have to get the baby faces out of the wrestling bubble. I think wrestling has become so isolated from mainstream media and pop culture. Like to me, how Steve Austin got over as Stone Cold was, Celebrity Death Match on MTV, Nash Bridges. They had them out there. And it's like when you hear people like, yeah, I had a movie role with Marvel, and Black Panther and WWE didn't sign off on it. I'm like, why wouldn't you push that through? That's good
Facts.
advertisement for the WWE. So to me, they're gonna have to get some of these baby faces out of the wrestling bubble. Now, I thought they was attempting that with Cody because I saw an episode where Cody was on the Tonight Show, but that was like a couple of months back, and they ain't do any kind of promotion of it, even though they have this relationship with NBC and the whole Peacock family. So I didn't understand that. But yeah, they have to get them out of the wrestling bubble. Call up the Simpsons and let Cody be a voice, get like a guest character on the Simpsons. Call up some of these magazines, like People's Magazine. Like I said, Kalani could be their next female John Cena. She just got to get out of the wrestling bubble. Let her do an article with like Essence Magazine or 17 Magazine so she can get that younger demographic. But wrestling has kind of done it to itself. It's encapsulated this bloodthirsty, this only belongs to us. So you casual fans, y'all don't mean anything. No, you at some point you're gonna have to do the work to get casual fans.
Hey, humble. Let me piggyback off you because I talked about that before. I said, and so me and Black Book, we did a stream, just me and him, and so I said this that when I seen WrestleMania, the last one, I seen like Superstar in Cody, and I seen Superstar in Roman, and I seen mainstream stars out of both of them. So so what I say is, you can keep the strap. This is long term booking. This doesn't have to happen the next week on Raw or SmackDown. But what I'm saying is you can keep Cody as the WWE champion, and then somehow, in storyline, you get Roman Reigns, Money in the Bank, however you want to do it. He becomes the world heavyweight champion, and now you have your Rock and Stone Cold, and you focus on the getting these two people over to the mainstream, meaning movies like what I said. Cody Rhodes, he needs to holler. Roman Reigns, he can have The Rock get his ass in one of the movies and with a talking role with his time. And then John Cena, he can pull Cody Rhodes up. Now we have two superstars and we have so many eyes on the product. We can
Mhm.
attitude error it to where people are just watching that shit now, no matter whatever the fuck is going on. People weren't into this storyline and that story. Think about it. And everybody press one. I want y'all to think like if you really just unpack it, people were into particular storylines in the Attitude Era. What happens is the product was so hot that people just fucked with it all. You just fucked with Raw, and then when the NWO came, then you said fuck Raw. I'm fucking with this shit because it seemed real, and you fucked with that. But the product was so over, you just fucked with the whole product, and not this storyline, that storyline. Nah, bro. So Cody and Roman got the potential to be like for real, like movie stars. So wrestling Instagram followers is 1 to 2 million. You get them niggas like on some movie star shit, they gonna have 30 million apiece. Now people just want to watch the company that's associated with these two top stars. Because I'm telling you, like if Roman Reigns or Cody, both them niggas could be like superhero action stars, not WWE movies, but like some for real shit. If they were
Marvel and shit. Yeah.
positioned, Cody Rhodes can easily be in an Avengers movie as one of Captain America sidekicks you ain't never heard. And Roman Reigns can easily be like, okay, if The Rock is in a movie and he's like bossing up, he the sub boss. Like, all right, you gotta get through this fool and have him have the saucy shit. Now we got two mainstream stars that are gonna attract two different audiences. We got one badass one and we got one smiley one. So people who like the good shit is gonna come, and the people who like the asshole shit gonna come. But the product as a whole is gonna pop.
I
So
like
that's
And
I
I
like I like that, OG, and I maybe I'm being optimistic. I think that's what they're in the process of doing. But I
can
Yeah,
I
gotta
Roman gonna be in
can I
something. You
ask
got it.
another? Can I ask a question real quick? Do y'all think the fact that they break kayfabe a lot, do y'all think that contributes to that at all?
Yes, I
Because
Yeah.
do
they show
because
their real self to a little too much.
Yeah.
I do because I was good without the whole WrestleMania XL behind the curtains on
Me
YouTube.
too. Me
Like,
too.
I was good. We didn't need that. And
Hmm.
to me, Stone Cold didn't need that, even though
He
there
didn't.
were
Nope.
specials out there that went over the behind the scenes secrets of the wrestling business. But Stone Cold was everywhere. It's like, oh, we want to put him on MTV Celebrity Death Match. Okay, let's do it. He can be this person. And he was mainstream. They put Triple H and China on a MTV documentary called True Life that you can find it on YouTube.
Hmm.
It's like you can still be discreet with wrestling while making the wrestlers mainstream. You just gotta step up the stories. It's like, to me, Cody has to stop with the making his next feud like so glaring. Like, to me, when I watch one of the episodes of SmackDown, Cody's holding the belt and he can see Randy like just staring at it, glossing over it. And it's
Hmm.
like, okay, y'all, we know this the next feud, but can we have some discretion? Can we have a swerve? Like, can you just keep it secretive so the fans don't, ruin it? And I just think that's my issue with Cody. It's like Cody needs his feuds to have some discretion. Like, I don't want to just assume it's KO. I don't want to assume it's Randy. I don't want to just assume it's the next person. I just think that it's okay to have discretion. We don't need to know everything.
This is why I like Dominic Mysterio because he is really one of the only people. No matter what interview he does, he's not breaking kayfabe at all. Other
Nope.
motherfuckers are literally saying, "Yeah, we rehearsed the match." Like,
I
bro, I
hate that.
didn't, I
I
didn't want to
hate
know
it.
that. You
I
know what's
hate it.
crazy?
I
I
hate it.
actually didn't know sometimes that they actually rehearse because I know you just sometimes people just call it in the ring as they go, and then
Exactly.
and I love Austin Theory, but once he said him and John Cena was rehearsing, I was like, "You motherfucker! I did not want to know that." You could have kept like it ruins your aura and mystique a little bit,
It does.
especially that you see Bo Dallas don't be doing no damn interviews and doing back that shit would mess up what the Y6 is. Bray Wyatt was never doing no damn interviews
Mm-mm.
like that, so it's kind of like your
Undertaker.
mystique is messed up. Roman Reigns keeping player. He not Roman Reigns not doing no damn YouTube interview. You'll see him on SNL Saturday Night Live and shit like
First
that.
take.
'Cause, yeah, like come on now, like they got to get it together. But we do live in a different time, and kayfabe is dead. But I would love for motherfuckers to not spoil shit because sometimes they even spoil shit like, oh yeah, oh your YouTuber asked him a question. Hey, when you gonna feud with such and such? Oh yeah, yeah, it should happen soon. It should happen soon.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
It's
don't say that.
it's
The
two
fuck up.
left. It's
It's
two
crazy.
left. They took it two left.
I agree. I think, and you know what's crazy? It's like we technically already know all of this stuff, but like it feels different when they just come out and flat out just say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your whole job is you want us to be like, yeah, even though you guys know this shit, it's our job to not make it as obvious or predictable for you. That's your whole job as a wrestler, to entertain us. How do you entertain us if you're gonna keep saying, yeah, we rehearsed this match, yeah, this and that, yeah, we talked in the back, yeah, I'm feuding with this person next. Like, nah, like, and you know what's crazy? You can answer the like Dom is a good example. He answered the questions all the time, and it's like they ask him, what do you think about your dad and stuff like that? Like how he's helped you. He's like, he's a deadbeat. He's taking my shine away. He's this. He can easily be like, you know what? He's helping me. You know, me turning him was the best thing to ever happen to my career. No, homie's still talking shit. He's keeping kayfabe alive.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just saw an interview. They're like, what do you think about your relationship with your dad? And he's like, well, I don't have one. He's dead. And then he was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? He's like, we're talking about my dad, Eddie, right? And I'm like, bro,
Yeah, that was good. I saw that.
he's
That's
keeping kayfabe
perfect.
alive, and it's like
That's
these other
perfect.
wrestlers. It's like, it's this and that. Like for example, Tiffany Stratton, right? As much as I hate that voice she does, like this Tiffy time thing, I will say it is a little off-putting to hear her do interviews without that voice. It's like, am I even listening to the same person? Like, but I don't know, man. Kayfabe it's been dead for a while, but Dom is the only one that's really doing a good job keeping it alive, in my opinion. So, bro, got my respect for that.
We ran through the topics that I wanted to talk about, but humble, I'm gonna let you take it because I do want to jump into the WWE ID thing with the independents. I don't think it's a good idea. I think me and Humble kind of got the similar opinion on it because I think WWE, what they're really trying to do, I think they're trying to gatekeep now. Because if they go do work with the independents, it's not like they're promoting the independents and nothing like that. They're just taking the talent from the independents and then maybe they'll give them a little bit of shine. Like when WWE started posting shit from Evolve, right? And they bought the rights to Evolve to like post them on Peacock and shit like that. They didn't really elevate Evolve. They sent some guys down there to wrestle the other guys that they knew they were going to take. That's where they got Austin Theory from. So it's kind of so I don't think it's a good idea, and I don't think it's what people think it is. Because if you need to develop people, you already got NXT anyway, so you can just go to the independents and take the motherfuckers and send them to NXT. Why you gotta start a new program where you're gonna go directly to the independents and be like, yeah, who you got? Oh yeah, I like him. Yep. So it's the same shit. But Humble, I'm gonna let you start us off, and then we can all go and see, talk about it.
So yeah, the WWEID program. Here's my concerns about the program because I was always one of those people. I do think some of these wrestling schools need a sanctioning body because some of these wrestling schools were taking the money and not really training the kids the appropriate way. But when you get involved with billionaires like the WWE and WTO, they tend to muddy the waters. Now, here's my issue with the WWEID program. You are already struggling as is to get Latino men over, black men over, and Asian men over. Something's got to change because it's like we can't have this. Well, I don't look at color when it comes to the story.
Hmm.
Okay, but then we got street profits complaining about their booking. We
Right.
got Andrade saying, "Look, every time I get on TV, I got to be mixed in with the Latinos." So it's like from a diversity and inclusion standpoint, I'm concerned about this program because I do think when Swerve came out and said, "Yeah, AEW offered me this contract and I took it because I know my worth." Whereas like WWE was like, "Well, I just think you're overvalued." Well, says from whose standpoint? You know what I'm saying? Like we can say yes, AEW needs to be selling tickets, they need to be doing this and this. We don't, but here I'm seeing it from the American audience perspective. They could be doing good in Africa because of Swerve, or they could be doing good with Kenosha to Kesha and Okada in Japan because they're shown in a good light. Um, but I think that's my concern with the WWE ID program. It's like you are going to have a mixed bag of wrestlers from all cultures, all backgrounds, and it can't be. Well, there are just some black wrestlers that aren't that good. There's just some Latino wrestlers. Like, no, we got to stop with the excuses. It's got to be people in the room that give good creative and good booking. And I have a problem with you want to pander the camera on O'Shea Jackson Jr., who's Ice Cube's son when Roman is in the ring. But we can't figure it out, for the Street Profits or Apollo Crews or all these other people and this whole for the culture facade. When we point out, there's some cracks in this, you want to storm off press conference stages, Triple H at Bad Blood. It can't work like that anymore. Let's acknowledge it and let's address it because like I said, I'm happy for these kids that are in the WWEID program, but we still have to everybody's not going to move like Booker T, where they're just like, you just got to get along to get along. There will be a Jordan Miles years ago who saw that racist t-shirt and went off and said, I don't want to work here no more. So there's some things that have to be fixed. And shout out to Red Pro, that's a UK promotion that they tried to sell on NXT UK and they told them no. You know what I'm saying? We standing 10 toes down. We're not doing it. And come to find out, they were the smart ones in that situation because they got in the UK and literally destroyed the UK's independent scene. So that is just my concern because everybody's like, well, it's no restrictions, but it's coming because you look at a GCW event and it's like you can't have somebody, you know, light bulbs and tables and fire like WE is not going to want all that going down with one of their assigned wrestlers in GCW. So I just think that they need to really, if you're going to do it, then it's time for some conversations about who's in the room and who can really do the best work for these wrestlers creatively and booking wise.
Dave and Sam, I know y'all got some thoughts on this. Y'all got to.
Go ahead, Sammy. I'll let you take.
Yeah. So I I hear everything Humble said, and she's definitely not wrong on what she's talking about because it is kind of them monopolizing the game. Definitely, they're definitely that's what WWE has always tried to do. You know, since day one, monopolize the game. This is exactly why, during that territory time, a lot of shit got fucked up because, Vince was willing to, take everybody's talent, run everybody down, make everybody get watered down and then out of business. So we could possibly see a similar thing happen, but at the same time, I gotta wonder, right? Is this gonna make all the other talent, way more hungry? Are we gonna see a lot more, superstars? Is this gonna be the next big boom of wrestling? Because it could be, because back when WWE was, warring with WCW and ECW was around, it kind of made a lot of their talent step up because they wanted to go there, knowing damn well that they were just gonna get took. So they went and bust their ass on ECW. We've seen a lot of great characters come from that. That's how Stone Cold got found. That's how the Dudleys got found. That's how, Rob Van Dam and Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. That's how all these people got found. So this kind of could be a big boom in wrestling wave that we might get from this. I don't know if this is all negative. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think. Listen, this is WWE we're talking about. They can be very controlling, so that monopoly factor is definitely something to be concerned about. But I think this could be very, very good for the independents. I think it makes the independents mean more because now it's like, man, you don't know if WWE scouting you, and who knows, maybe AEW will start scouting even more. So these big mainstream professional wrestling companies, I think, are going to watch the talents more closely. And I think it diversifies your talent pool a little bit. Like, of course, you have NXT and those that you're creating from scratch in house, but you also have the ability, if you see greatness on the independents, to take them and mold them. And look, WWE's not perfect, but look at some of the big successes out of the independents. Seth Rollins, Sami
Mm.
Zayn, Kevin Owens. They, for all the criticism the WWE style gets, they do a fairly good job at molding independent wrestlers into working smarter and working safer. So I think this has a lot of potential to get a whole new crop of talents, and I think that's what it's all about. You want talents that you build in house. You want talents on the independents. You want talents that are like Logan Paul, that are kind of celebrities that cross over and take it seriously. So I think the more talents you can pluck from anywhere, the better.
And here's my thing. I don't have a problem with you plucking talent. What I have a problem with WWE is you're getting talent and you're not doing anything with them. Like, why is it like let's solve the problem of why is it that the street profits have to go to social media to be asked to be booked better? It's like let's fix that problem. Let's address that issue. Before we just start signing anybody and everybody because I don't want a Latino young man to come into this WWE ID program and he gonna be in the same situation as LWO or Legado del Fantasma or Santos Escobar. It's like let's solve the problems that we got right now. We are struggling to get minority wrestlers over. Let's address it. Let's get that fixed.
Well, humble. Let me ask this though. Do you think this is a case where they're kind of trying to beat AEW to the punch? Because that
But
that is what happens in business a lot. I don't want them to go across the street. I'd rather them come here before they go across the street.
but that's the thing. Money changes that because we're seeing it now. I truly believe Daniel Garcia and Swerve got a good amount of money. I believe Mariah May got a good amount of money. I believe Jay White got a good amount of money. And WWE has to understand it's not just name along. Yeah, you're probably the 50-year-old company in the room, but the name alone is not enough. Like, my family needs money right now, money. And I truly think that the name WWE is just not enough. You're gonna have to do the work. Nobody gets into the wrestling business and be like, yeah, I'm cool with getting 50-50 matches, and I'll do the job for Motor City Machine Guns, and then back to catering I go. It's like some people really want to be on camera, and if AEW does that for them, I'm not hating on AEW. I'm gonna support and watch it. If AEW is giving you more money, hey, I'm here for that. I'm happy for Swerve, who got a nice contract. I'm happy for Daniel Garcia. It's like nobody gets into the business to just be in a stagnant spot like a Akira Tozawa or True. Like, people want to be taken seriously. People want to show their skills as a wrestler, and everybody's not going to do it Montez way, where it's like, okay, let me run on social media, let me run in this interview and complain that I'm not getting good booking. Everybody's not going to be the Booker T in the situation. There are people that are going to speak up.
So I agree with what Humble just said. I think this whole thing is gonna affect a lot of minority wrestlers. Cause it's no secret WWE has, especially since Vince McMahon took it over or started running it, WWE always had a problem with making minority wrestlers feel important or as a star. Like, listen, if you ain't white or Samoan,
Mhm.
they might not flat out say it, but you don't really matter that much. Let's be like completely honest. If you are white and Samoan, you have a better chance at becoming a multi-time world champion, and you don't have to be good. And if y'all don't believe me, y'all think if Roman Reigns was not Samoan and he was any other race, y'all think he would have still stayed in WWE? And keep in mind, out of this 10 plus years he's been in WWE, it took him 7 years to finally become the tribal chief and finally get over with the crowd.
Mhm.
You, how many black wrestlers, how many Latino wrestlers, how many Asian wrestlers we know that didn't go no longer than 3 or 4 years without getting over, probably even less, and boop, budget cuts. Like, come on now.
I,
So,
I,
I mean, look at Solo. Solo is the only young star that's getting pushed.
that's
You
true.
got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They can't even sniff the tag team titles. You
Hmm.
got Tiffany doing 3 attempted cash-ins,
Hmm.
but she's popular with people. I mean, she got a reaction at that Elimination Chamber
Oh
in
my God.
Australia. She
well,
got a reaction. So
And
it's
she's not
like,
even from there. That's the crazy
yeah,
part.
she not.
So
That's
that
not
should
even her
tell you
home country. That should tell you
exactly.
that she's a star. And it's like WWE, it's just not good with young talent and not good with minority wrestlers. And that's
Yeah.
just, to me, needs to be the focus right now over at
Hmm.
WWE ID. Like I said, I think it's
Absolutely.
great to have a sanctioning body. I think that's great, but I think there's still some gaps that need to be closed before we move forward with this.
I
well,
agree.
well,
I
well,
think I even will say this. I think Tony Khan and Shawn Michaels are the only good bookers when it comes to young and minority talent, in my opinion.
well,
Really?
hold
Hmm.
on.
I don't think Triple H is doing a good job. Let's
Hold
be.
on. No, hold on, Dave. But I don't wanna. I don't wanna seem like I'm being WWE's lawyer or anything like that.
Hmm.
But in in terms of the black talent, you guys might we see eye to eye on that a little bit. Like, we definitely see eye to eye on that. But in terms of like the Asian talent,
Hmm.
which one of them can really be a big star? Let's just be serious.
Shinsuke Nakamura could have easily been a big star.
Shinsuke could have
Oh
been a
no,
star.
stop it.
And
Stop it.
Oscar,
Y'all need to
Oscar
Dude,
to
stop.
come
me
on,
got
let's
Y'all
some
need
not
to
play
star
stop.
ourselves.
power.
Let's not play
Uh-oh.
He
ourselves.
can
No, no,
barely
no,
speak
bro.
Shinsuke,
English.
They fucked that up.
Shinsuke
Hey,
He
had
can barely speak
the
that was
crowd
English.
in the
that
palm
was
of
the
his
easiest
hands.
Man,
thing.
He
stop.
had the palm. Bro, imagine you
That was
having
an
a
alley
theme.
oop right there.
We
Listen,
need more
imagine you
than a
having a theme
song. We
song.
need more than a
But listen,
song,
listen. But
man.
this is what I'm trying to say.
But Seth is going off his song, and so
Thank
is
you. That's what
Cody
I'm
No, Seth is
saying.
and
going off of a
Trick.
lot of things.
Like
Seth is
what?
Seth
Like, tell me what the hell's entertaining about that
Seth
dude
would
dressing up
let's
like a
not
drag
forget, like,
queen every week? Like, what is
hold
entertaining
on. Come
about
on,
that?
Ricky. You're being a
Like,
little
be honest. Be
disrespectful.
honest.
You're being a little
He
disrespectful.
Let's be real though. Let's be real though.
Seth Rollins
Him
has
and
been
Roman.
over for
Roman's
10
problem.
years. 10.
You know what was Roman's
10
and
years.
Seth's problems? Hold on. Nah, fuck that 10-year shit. Cause let me tell you this. Fuck that 10-year shit. Cause let me tell you this. Him and Roman are only there. It like I just said it earlier. Unless you white
Those are the
and
pillars.
a Samoan, you're gonna be okay. And guess what? One of them is white and one of them is Samoan. One of them was a Vince McMahon guy. The other one was a Triple H guy. Seth was an amazing wrestler, but his promo sucked. He couldn't work a character.
Oh, it got
took
better.
him until
it got better, Ricky. Don't do that.
it got better now.
It got a lot better.
But I'm trying to say, if it was a black guy, if it was a Latino guy, if it was an Asian guy, if it was a Honduran guy, if it was
What
anything,
Asian guy can cut a promo?
But come on,
Shinsuke
let's
just
Let's have a real
Come on,
conversation.
y'all,
Bro,
let's
am I the
remember-
only one who
let's-
remembers when
let's have a real
Shinsuke was doing the
conversation.
Japanese promo and they had the
But let's
English
remember,
subtitles?
the WWE is what the world watches. That is your moniker. You said you're what the world watches. So that ain't just the Polynesians and the Caucasian people. That's the Japanese
Exactly.
people. That's
But is it their
Mexican
fault that those are the guys that are talented? I
It's their fault that they keep holding Seth's hands for 10 plus years and Roman's hands. Because
And he
the
said it,
only
Triple H
time,
said
Come
it
on,
in a-
these
in
are the
a- in a
pillars,
interview.
Ricky.
listen,
Seth
these are
the
the pillars
only
of the company.
time,
Seth
the
was one
only,
of my kids. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. So Seth is one of your kids. Montez, I mean, if you want to be sports based, everything is so supposedly supposed to be sports based with wrestling. To me, the Street Profits have always had the hot hand. They've always got the net crowd up. Same with Legado
They
del
have.
Las Garza, like Angel and Herberto, they kill it in the ring, but they can't even get near the tag team titles. So it's
I
like
agree.
there's some things that got to be addressed when you trying to sell to these kids.
And
Like, ain't nobody
And
trying to sit
humble.
up there and be jobbed out on SmackDown every 5 minutes.
But that's the thing, humble. We see eye to eye if you're talking about some of the black talent. I just think you guys are over exaggerating when we bleed into the Asian talent.
but my thing is this though.
They can't like
How can you
that
make that
English
argument
barrier
when-
matters, man. That
How
English
can we make
barrier
that?
matters.
Okay, but here's my thing. How can we make that argument if Triple H is one of the guys that love to sign Asian talents, even though he doesn't know what the fuck to do with them?
For the stunts.
Hey, yo,
Man,
let OG go. Let OG
Like,
go. OG, what you
man.
We
think,
gotta
man?
have
Alright.
people with some strikes and some stunts, man.
I mean,
All right.
But
Man,
look
they-
at AEW, they're making it work with Okada and Kenoshi
Mhm.
Takeshita.
They gave him a whole
Really?
manager. Bro,
Yeah,
Okada,
you just
Are they
gotta
no, no,
really
make-
making it work?
Okada
you
is
can
doing
make
his
them good
thing.
wrestlers without making them into a stereotype.
Exactly.
hold on, y'all, real quick.
But that's
real quick.
hard to do when you can't speak English.
Bro, is
Shibata
anything
is
really?
using
It's
his
not
phone.
hard
Speak
if you
some
put your
English, I
full
can
Shibata
do
is
another
using
character
his phone,
now.
and I gotta respect that about Shibata. He making chicken salad out of chicken ish. Shibata is using that darn phone to translate, to joke, to make fun.
Exactly.
But like I said, this is a situation where I just don't want these kids to be sold wolf tickets with this WWE ID program. Like, 'cause
Exactly.
for every Booker T, there's gonna be a ACH that was called Jordan Miles in WWE. It's like some people will push back. It's like if I'm training to be a wrestler, I'm not trying to sit in catering. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like just don't the WWE name is not gonna be can't be enough
Well,
alone.
at least you got a job.
But that's
But
what I'm
what's the
saying.
point
Nah,
of
we
doing the
can't
job
do
if
that.
you're
You
not
know,
living
you
your
can't do that.
dream?
You can't do that.
Hell
You rather
fucking
get
no.
pennies
do
on
that.
the
No.
dollar at AAA or Ring of Honor.
I'd rather be in
You rather get pennies on the
AEW
dollar?
performing in a half crowd,
TNA?
being paid what I value and having fun, than to be in WWE, the biggest wrestling promotion ever, and just be backstage and being like, oh, okay, another white guy. Oh, okay, another Samoan guy. Oh, this minority, but they're only going to do it because they're trying to target this audience for this amount of time. Like Jinder Mahal. Ain't you going to tell me what was the reason for Jinder Mahal to be champion? No
Jinder
reason. The
Mahal
only reason
did a good job.
he did a good job, but that's because they only wanted the
They
whole
wanted that demographic. though. That's the
exactly.
reason why.
But when they
But he
didn't
was
need that, when they
talented
didn't
though.
want that,
He was talented.
but that's what I'm
But
trying
that's
to
not why
say.
he put that. Sam,
that's
you know
not-
that's not why they put the belt on him.
You know that's not
They
why
ain't
they
put
put
the
the
belt on
title
because
on
he
him.
was talented.
May
They
I say
did
something?
not.
May I say something before OG goes? Because I want to hear the OG. May
But I
I?
want to hear OG too. You got it. You got it.
Or OG, do you want to go first, or I don't want to interject?
Go ahead. I'll cook. Just go ahead and finish.
Yeah. I just want to say this. I think we're all on the similar page, but I think there's little nuances that we disagree, and that's okay. I think, look, we all know historically WWE doesn't comprehend black culture the best and minorities in general. We all agree there. But I think it's super unfair when they do push somebody. We say they just did it for that demographic rather than just celebrating it. Like when Kofi won the title, I'm going to celebrate that. When Lashley won the title, I'm going to celebrate that. I'm not going to go and put an asterisk next to it and say they did that because they wanted to win the black demographic. Isn't that what we want?
But here's the thing, though.
So I think it becomes a damned
And
if you do, damned if you don't.
And Dave, at least they're giving it to the actual people with talent.
But hold on. But here's the thing, Dave, right?
And hold on. I want to end with this one thing. And I also want to say, let's be honest. We're all black, we're all minorities, we're all proud black men and women on here. How many?
Hey, we all black. I didn't even know that. I know that should have been easy.
I'm Puerto Rican.
We all black panel wrestling fans. That's what's up, right?
We're all minorities.
You black now.
But how many?
I didn't know it was
First time I heard that.
It seemed like that should have been obvious, but that's very important, actually.
Yeah.
It is very important. I think we're changing the game because we need more black voices in this space. But let me end with this. We put WWE in a damned if they do, damned if they don't position. Let's celebrate the wins. But I also will say this. Let's be honest. How many black wrestlers on the roster right now? Let's take away booking for a second, our favorites. How many of them are deserving of a world championship push?
None.
I mean, I would say Montez, and I would say that.
Come on, man.
No
Not
way.
yet.
When you want good public relations
that one, not yet.
moment, when you want good public relations moment, you call on Montez. Kentucky Derby. Okay, Montez, we need you and Bianca there. Family Feud. Okay,
Nice
Montez, go there with
well-spoken
Bianca.
words.
Oh, USO military appreciation commercial. Okay, Montez, we filming at this time. 4 commercials. So it's like he's good enough to be a face, but he's not good enough to be building.
Montez's
What about
time. Montez's time will come. I really believe that.
But here's my thing. How can we say his time is going to come when he's been in this company for years now? And they keep saying it's time for new faces, do
It took
this.
Mark Henry 15 years to be championship.
But they only did that because they
Come on.
pranked him, and Vince McMahon was scared to death that he was going to twist him like a pretzel for pranking him. That's the only reason they gave him the championship, man.
Let me ask you a question. You think Montez is more talented than Mark Henry?
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying, as much as I think Montez is annoying, like I said in the previous stream we was in, at the end of the day, he is talented enough where you could give him a championship belt. But like, listen,
he's a mid-card champion right now.
He's a
Exactly.
mid-card
Come on
champion.
now, we had a
should be
problematic
world
Matt Riddle and
He
Jeff
can't be
Hardy
world champion right
with a
now.
decent
That's what I'm
push. Matt
saying,
Riddle
man.
was
Like,
out here
come
acting
on,
like
Kyle.
an asshole at an
This ain't a
airport.
video
He
game. We
still had
can't
a
just.
nice program with Seth Rollins.
This
But
ain't a video game. We can't just slap the
Montez
title on
Ford can't
anybody.
get nothing. Like,
But we gotta
now.
be able to take him serious.
Again, y'all keep saying we can't slap the title on
I'm not
anybody,
saying
but
just
isn't
put
that
the title
what?
on anybody, but he's good enough for your good PR moments.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
But
like-
that don't mean we
Like
take
he
him
needs, he
serious.
needs to be. I'm sorry, he needs some stock.
Man,
But
Well,
that
I'm
don't mean
taking
we
him
take him
serious when you
serious.
want to put him out there in commercials
But,
and to represent your company and
but
be a
hold on,
Because he's
face.
a
y'all.
You ain't throwing
well-spoken,
Cody out
handsome
there.
black
You
man.
ain't
He's a
asking
well.
Roman to
So
be
wait.
on
Who
the
else
So
are we gonna
wait.
put?
I
R-Truth?
have a question.
Who
Are you
else
trying
we
to
gonna
say
call?
Are you trying to say that he's basically Titus O'Neil?
Yeah,
No,
I'm not
That's
going
what you're
that
basically
far.
saying.
No,
Because think about it.
I'm not. I'm not
You
going that
describe
far.
everything you just said. Everything like how Montez is good enough for that, but he's not good enough to win championship. Doesn't that sound like Titus O'Neil?
No,
Homie
because
is a good brand
when
ambassador.
we're talking about
Homie does the,
when we're talking about world heavyweight champion, we gotta be able to like take you
but
serious.
here's the thing: anybody can be world heavyweight champion if they put the right pressure and and the right
I think if they
effort
do it
in.
right, Montez
That's not how
could
it
be a
works.
world champion.
That's not how it
I'm
works.
gonna-
I think he.
That's
What?
not how it works.
And I'm sorry,
Because listen, they gave it a Big E Langston, and that was horrible.
It was only horrible because Vince was on some bullshit and trying to just have Brock win it so we can have Roman versus Brock for the millionth time for a double
Nah, I
championship.
think Big E
That was the
Langston
only
just
reason
failed as a
once
champion.
then. Because,
Becky
bro,
Langston just failed as
y'all
a
not gonna
champion.
convince me that they just said, "Hey, let's just have Brock win because Roman was sick and then it just happens to be a double championship." No, they were gonna do that. Reports came out months ago, even before Big E won the title. Reports came that they want to give Roman another belt. So when Big E won it and he lost it quickly, it was like, damn, it sucks, but it's like the reports said it. There was reports backstage and everything. So of course that title wasn't going to be good. If we're going to be completely honest, my thing
I
is,
think his
the,
character made it not good.
you think? I don't think so. He's beloved. He was beloved and everything. Like, I mean, what I say? Maybe he should have been a more serious champ. Yeah, but like, he had decent matches. He was doing his thing for what they gave him. If it would have been longer, I think it would have been better. But they just wanted Roman to have two championship belts, so that's why Brock won it. And then
But
we
hey, yo,
had
hold on,
champion
y'all.
versus champion.
Let's shelve that real. Actually, I want to get back to that, but let's let OG go, and then actually let's talk about the black champions. OG, what you got?
Shit, man, the shit that went so many different ways. I don't know what I want to tackle. All right, let me start with the Japanese shit. So I'm gonna try to tackle like four things off the dome. So the Japanese shit, I disagree. Shinsuke was made to be a world champion. See, seen somebody in the chat say he ain't relatable. Well, see, this is the thing. Good booking is shoot booking, right? So shoot booking is this Shinsuke or Io Sky. They don't have to. They don't have to be relatable. You get what I'm saying? They're heels. All a solid heel has to be is a badass threat to the main babyface. Now, the top of the companies, sometimes the heel has to be the champion in order for the face to chase, and vice versa. So sometimes you're going to get the heel. So as far as Japanese characters, I would most for majority, you don't. It doesn't matter if they can cut promos. When Shinsuke, they fucked him up a million times, but when they brought him back this last time with Seth, he was put in perfect position, even with the injury shit teases, to take that World Heavyweight Championship. All you had to do is build him as a badass, crazy ass threat. It don't matter about the promos. It matters about this
Oh, come
nigga's
on, OG.
crazy and he
You
don't
breaking
play
the
by the
law.
rules and he can take out the current champion. So when you book Japanese players as you can't the Japanese face. I don't know. I can't think of one. But as far as Japanese heels, you just book them as badass characters that can fuck people up. All the other shit don't matter, bro. The champion, just like Hulk Hogan and Zeus, like, oh my god, this guy might take me out. That's the heels position. As far as the ID shit, I feel the ID shit is actually a good thing and a bad thing. Actually, I feel like it's long term booking. So what I'm saying is they can. So what's happening is since they're knowing that wrestling is going to Netflix, they are going more mainstream. So the whole point of the ID thing, see, we're looking short term. We're thinking, oh, whoever's on this ID shit, are they gonna go to Raw, SmackDown, or XTV? That's not what it's set up for. It's just it's so for one, if I'm a billionaire, not whether you like it or not, if I have billions of dollars, why wouldn't I want to monopolize the shit? Of course, why wouldn't you want to do that? Why? So people can like you? No, you're going to monopolize
Exactly.
it. So then you can dictate what and what not goes on. So that's a smart fucking thing. As far as the ID shit, I feel like what they're doing is they're just trying to. They're not even building. See, y'all looking at it like, okay, they're building the roster around these new stars. No, they're just building new people, and they're encouraging more people to come by telling y'all that they have this new thing. So because they know that wrestling is going to go to another level in a few months, so now they're trying to encourage other people. Hey, if you want to be a wrestler too, you can go this lane. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of about building for the future. It's not NXT 2.0, which is literally building for the future. Now, if I was WWE, what I would do is I would have those similar type of things in different in different places. Like I'd have a Mexico edition, I'd have a London edition. I bring that back, but it doesn't have to be a TV product. Maybe they have it online. Like if you really into wrestling and you just 24/7 wrestling, you see that shit. But it doesn't have to be promoted. But it'll get wrestling over in these different countries and shit more when they have a consistent product. If Mexico has a consistent product of the Mexican, you see, they can have a whole Mexican luchador shit that's popping that we don't gotta fuck with because it's not on TV. Only like the online super wrestler cats and shit fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, when we go over there, shit, the Mexican stars and shit like LWO, them other cats, we think they're jobbers, but when we go to their pay per views, they the main people want to see. So it's like long term booking. You see what I'm saying? So that's the ID shit. That's how I feel about the ID shit. The Japanese shit. As far as Montez Ford and booking, see, this is we as watchers, we don't understand a lot of time the psychology that's going on behind shit. We just following the stuff. So you don't understand that certain people were good because we were told that they were good. See, John Cena, shit like that, it was overbooked. So it was shoved down our throat, so we didn't like it. But then there's slow burns and shit to where, you know, just certain people, like how we say, like Austin Theory. Austin Theory will be at the top of the company, but we just, since we see the potential now, we want to see it now.
Exactly.
No, this shit, it could take 5 fucking years. It just like Shawn Michaels. He didn't get it. He was in the Rockers and shit in 88, 87, 88, 89. He didn't get his first run and shit until 1995, I think, something like that. But it's just like, so now that we're watching this shit, it's just like, well, we see the potential. It need to happen now. And these people who are booking and making this shit are building for the well over future, 2-3 years future, not just what the fuck gonna happen. And so what happens is these people don't get these runs and shit that we think they deserve because it ain't happening on our time and shit. You know, like it took Coffee Kingston how many years? 10 years. It doesn't necessarily gotta take 10 years for cats. Certain cats we know that's over, like Baron Corbin, they never gonna get there, or certain people, but certain people who are on the come up, the people who are booking see the potential and shit, but they ain't gotta give it to them now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for long term. Because I mean, even me just watching it, like I was hella pissed off about the fact that when Roman Reigns fought Jey Uso for the title back in the day, that was the perfect opportunity for him to get the title. But guess what? If he would have got that title, he would have dropped that title by now, right? And we wouldn't have had this main event Jey Uso that we have now. You know what I'm saying? Solo, he should did it, but he's in position to fucking headline SmackDown, whether you like him or not. You can hate him or you can not hate him or love him or whatever. But the point is he not fucking headlining SmackDown every week? Yes, he is. You know what I'm saying? People were saying the shit about Jimmy Fatu. I'm not Jimmy Fatu. What you call it? The Samoan Werewolf. Jacob Fatu. Oh, he shouldn't do this. He shouldn't. What the fuck is y'all talking about? He's been booked harder. He ain't even been in the He hasn't even been in the fucking company in 6 months, and he's main eventing SmackDown every fucking week, and he's booked the strongest out of all. So it's like they know what they're doing. It's just that we just feel like we want it to happen when we want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Do you honestly think that they're going to drop the ball on Jacob Fatu and he's going to be no, they already know he's going to be a champion. Right now they know that. They know that today.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit might not happen until 2026 on a WrestleMania moment. We wanted Cody Rhodes to win at 39. But then in retrospect, thinking back, that wasn't the right time.
Exactly.
It was the right time in 40, but we wanted it in 39. So sometimes we as watchers think we know more, but the behind the scenes shit is long term because it's the business part of it, bro. We're so infatuated with the entertainment part that we want to see shit on Tuesday. Or they fucked up with here, they fucked up there. Now they do be fucking up, but what I'm saying is a lot of time, like I said, like Jey Uso or just Drew McIntyre, if they would have did certain things then, he wouldn't be over. So you wouldn't have a lot of these main event players if you put people over at certain times when y'all wanna. Like when Sami Zayn, when he was at the thing, everybody was like, "Oh, they fucked up with it." Sami Zayn wasn't main. He wasn't the title. He was popular, but he ain't popular to where he's See, the thing is like when you are the face of the company, you look at the face of the company like, ooh, who got the best moves and shit like that. No, bro. When people look at the best of the company, it's about who is going to represent this motherfucking brand
Mm-hmm.
to the masses
Mm-hmm.
to attract more people. Now, every
Mm-hmm.
now and then they'll give you a novelty like a Kofi Kingston or a Daniel Bryan and shit like that. But for the most part, it's about who is going to attract more people and put asses in seats. And once you kind of understand that part, you don't get frustrated about why this and why that because you understand why this and why that. Karrion Cross is fucking awesome, but he's not awesome to carry the company awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? As much as I think, he can carry the company on a SmackDown World Heavyweight title heel. He can run the company as far as run the show company, but he ain't bringing other motherfuckers who don't know wrestling over though.
Mm-hmm.
Cody can do
Mm-hmm.
that. Roman can do that.
Yeah.
See, I told you I was gonna cook, and I'm gonna just eat it right there. I'm gonna just let it leave it right
He,
there.
he cooked. He cooked.
So with that being said, y'all, so what do we think moving forward, man? As far as like OG said, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do what they do, but here's the thing: are they gonna do something? I gotta get the rest of y'all on Instagram. I just sent Ricky the Shadow and OG that little promo that Montez Ford had cut backstage with Angelo Dawkins and B Fab, and it was pretty damn good, man. Showed a lot of passion and shit. So here's the thing: is Montez Ford or the Street Profits are they gonna get something? Like, what's the predictions, y'all? Are they actually gonna beat Motor City Machine Guns for the belts, or are they gonna get traded to Raw? Like, what's happening?
They're not getting the damn tag titles. Why the hell would they take off the tag titles over a team that's been wrestling and then the independent scene for like 20 plus years or some shit like that? Like, come on now. They just won the title. Listen, I agree when people say they shouldn't. Not every champion should have a long title reign, but also you can't just hot potato a championship neither. I I think I think I don't think they're gonna win it, man. I'm sorry. I lost faith in the Street Profits. I said the first time we talked about them, they done, man. Like they serve their purpose, and like let's be real, man. I think they just need to change. They need a new gimmick or something. That's what they need. It's
One
over.
more, one more thing. I see you, Jude. Nah, player, you absolutely incorrect. You said Cody was on. Yeah, the Cody thing wasn't on Audible, fool. The whole angle was on Audible. Cody was definitely going to get that fucking title at 40, bro. The whole
Yeah,
angle part of it was they didn't know that when Rock came, that people was gonna like fuck with that a certain way and shit. So they had to from that angle that he had to become a character. He didn't come in there to be a character. He came in there to be a Rock. He had to come and change the character and shit.
exactly.
And they didn't know because they had to look at it like who gonna draw the most money
Mhm.
because they got to work around the Rock. They're not working. Don't
Exactly.
Cody Rhodes and shit is working around WWE. WWE was working on a Rock player.
On the rock.
So that's the
Yeah.
difference. So when they come and he comes into it, they got to work around with the fuck that he want to do
That
because
he
they
wanna
know they
do.
ain't gonna get him often. So no, Cody was definitely gonna get that shit at 40.
Yeah, he
He's
was.
gonna definitely get it, but it's just the fact that they didn't know that it was to the point where they didn't even want to like they didn't know they was gonna turn on Rock because Rock was so over. They didn't know they was gonna be like, hey, we don't give a fuck.
Right.
Rock, Cody was so over. I mean, you gotta think
Mhm.
about that. Cody was so over that they said fuck Rock. And
Exactly.
Like,
that's when
listen, The
and
Rock
that's
tried
when
to,
that
yeah.
version of the Rock came because they said fuck
Mhm.
him. If they didn't say fuck Rock, we want to see Cody, then there would have never been no fucking final boss Rock because it
Exactly.
wouldn't have needed to evolve to that.
Yeah, I agree. Cause let's get one thing clear: The Rock just tried to pull what he did with Punk back in like the PG era. Like he just tried to take his like Punk even said on the promo like guess what? Me and you are just the same. You worked hard, you lose. The year comes, you're about to take your spot taken away from a much bigger star. Like, come on, man, it was right there. The Rock just tried to do that, and it pissed me off because you could have done it the previous year and no one cared. But because you decided to wait 1 year late, because when Cody lost at WrestleMania 39, we knew he was going to win the next year. We just knew. So it was like the minute he lost, it's like, oh, he's going to have this whole year of like literally they were comparing him to Cena versus Rock. He lost that many. He had a bad year. The year comes, he wins the Rumble. He gets his lip back. That's what it was. And so for people to be like, "Oh, no one wanted to see Cody. Everybody wanted to see," it's like no, no. Like everybody wanted to see The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 39 because it was in Hollywood, and you could have ended the story right there, and Rock could have retired, and WWE leaves, and he stays because it's in Hollywood, because he's the most Hollywood dude in the world. But he didn't want to do that because he says I'm too busy. But motherfucker, you ain't busy for WrestleMania 40, and then you trying to take Cody's moment, and then your ass thought, oh, I'm The Rock, I could just get away with whatever I want. They're like, nah, man, fuck you. Like,
Yep.
homie, you had we were begging for you to come last year,
He
and we
could
would have
have
been okay with it, but you said, nah, I want
he
to
could
shoot
have
another
still
corny ass movie with Kevin Hart,
And
and now
Shadow,
your ass,
answer me this.
nah,
Answer me
come
this,
on,
Shadow.
man.
Answer me this.
he could have still got away with it though.
Shadow, answer me this question. And
What's
then
up?
this is everybody in the chat answer. So Roman had been killing the business for 4 years. And I
Mm-hmm.
never forget. I mean, they have their little in-ring segments.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when they had the segment, the Vegas shit.
Mm.
And when they were doing the Vegas shit, it just really taught you like, damn, there's levels to this shit. You feel me? Because Roman Reigns was the god, all this bullshit. But when him and Roman Reigns walked off from that fucking press conference,
Mm-hmm.
Roman was little brother, and it was fucking obvious. And
Mm-hmm.
it just shows you, like, because you don't, when you don't see Rock with him, you don't compare it to him. And
Yeah.
it's just like, damn, he's been having this shit for all this time. And Rock came back, and when they
Hmm.
did that press conference in Vegas, it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
And
there's
that's the
levels to
thing.
stars because the Rock is still up
The
there.
Rock is
Mm-hmm.
still up
He
there.
honestly had
Yeah.
this shit for years.
But
And
that's another thing.
let's not get nothing confused too. If he wanted that championship match, he would have had it.
I disagree. I
Mm,
disagree.
You disagree? He's on the
Yeah, I
TKO
don't.
board.
If let me tell you why. Yeah, he has that position in TKO, and yes, he has influence. But the end of the day, as much as we can compare Triple H to Vince McMahon, there's a reason why we prefer Triple H. He gets it. He gets what the crowd wants. And let's be real, all y'all saying this because y'all not liking Cody's reign. That's the only reason y'all saying people want to see The Rock versus Roman badly. We wanted again. We wanted to see it the year prior. If he came back the year prior, people would have been okay with it. But no, you didn't. You didn't. You wanted to come back a year later when we already knew Cody was gonna win because he lost the previous year. Like, come on, man. I don't think. Nah, I don't think. I think Triple H said, "Listen, bro, you're not getting that world championship."
Yeah,
Like, bro, keep
but
in
here's
mind, The Rock is the
I
same
think The
guy.
Rock complied with him though.
I don't think so.
I
I
think The
don't
Rock
think so. I think
because the
Rock had to
Rock.
swallow a big ass pill. That's what I think. Because if that's the case, then let's look at, bro. He took Punk's main event. Punk was the longest reigning WWE champion. He carried the company
Yeah,
on his back.
yeah.
What was Rock doing? Just showing
He
up here and there
he
to
didn't
cut.
take his main event though.
So
Everybody
so
wanted
what you
Rock
trying to tell
Cena.
me? But they only want to Rock Cena when The Rock started interfering. Bro, The Rock took
The
moments away
Rock's the
from
biggest star.
the. But listen though, The Rock
That's what
took
I'm
the
saying.
Miz's
Everybody
moment.
wanted Rock Cena.
Yes, he's the big bro. He even though he's the biggest star, that don't mean he gotta be 24/7 taking other people's moments. Like he took the
Yeah, he
Miz's
does.
moment.
Yeah, he does.
So then so what we're gonna do it when he decides to retire then? Since he's the biggest star, we ain't gonna have
If
another biggest star then. Because my thing is, if we're gonna keep using him, you're gonna have to make another big star. And if you ain't gonna make a big star, what happens when homie decides,
but
yeah, I'm done with
Ricky,
this
but
100%.
Ricky,
I'm
it's
going
not
straight
his
to
fault.
Hollywood.
It's not his fault that no one's got to his level yet. That's not his fault. That's
Bruh.
not his
Well,
fault.
I would have to disagree with that because
Mm,
Cody
What?
last night on SmackDown, he felt like a mid Carter. He didn't have nothing going on SmackDown last night.
mm.
And some of
Bruh.
that does have to do with Triple H and his creative. It's like there is money to be made with a Austin Theory. And it's like he just feels like a whole nothing on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton, there's money to be made with Tiffany Stratton, but she is still playing with Nia Jax. It's like there's so many wrestlers that are getting slept on in WWE, and it's just
Right.
it's time to start making some moves because that's what the fan base is complaining about. It's like nothing against KO, but come on, man, KO is out here looking like Winnie the Pooh, and you got to cut dude like Montez Ford that can't get nothing
Damn.
from y'all. I'm sorry, the money resides with Montez more than KO. I'm sorry, it does.
KO just got fucked over, y'all. Live on my live on my
Well, yeah, yeah,
Listen,
I mean, they
But here's
say
my thing.
Cody
You know what?
Rhodes
I'll
but
say
said
another
but
thing.
he all for
but
body shaming. So, like,
Mhm.
and not for nothing. I think we're really underestimating how great of a businessman The Rock is. The Rock purposely noticed that Cody Rhodes was the hot over new flavor of the month, and then he transformed his character because he knows that I can come back to this. There's more meat on the bone with this.
I disagree. I disagree
I
because
I don't
the
know. I
reason
don't
why.
know how.
Nah,
He's gonna take
I think
advantage of
Sammy
another
right,
matchup
bro.
with Cody.
Let me tell you
He's
why.
gonna
Because
take
like, look when
advantage of that.
he first of
Now
all
he
when
get
he
another.
first
He get a double bag now.
because my
That's
thing
what
is
I'm
this,
saying.
right?
Bag now,
My
bag
thing is
later.
this.
Hmm.
He good and all, but like I don't think he made the decision of Cody being the one to go main event WrestleMania and go win that. I don't think so because
I think he was
first of
part of
all, when
that.
he became heel, he literally was not doing good the first week. The second week was better.
What?
By the third week, he had it good. Like literally the first week, if you go, it looked like he was trying a little too hard, and then he was still like smiling and like touching hands with the fans and like giving them like a hug and
That's
stuff like that.
psychology, man. That's psychology, brother.
Nah, that's just I haven't been a heel for too long. I'm still I
Oh,
need
come
to
on.
I have
You
some rust.
really
That's
think
what that is.
you
But The
really
Rock
think
is
Brock
not as
was
clever as people make it seem. I'm sorry, he is not as clever as y'all
The
think he
Rock might
is.
be the
There
GOAT,
is
man.
no
The
way.
Rock might be the GOAT, bro.
No,
He
he
might he
ain't.
might be the GOAT.
How he the go?
He might be the GOAT, bro.
The go to what?
If we're
The
being
go to
serious,
what?
man.
That's a good question. The
Now
go to
hold
what?
on. Now wait a
Of
minute.
wrestling.
How?
He
How
Rock
can
might
is
a
be the
the
GOAT
GOAT,
dude?
of
bro.
wrestling.
Rock
Ain't
is
no
the
good.
GOAT
I'm
because he
sorry.
was considered the GOAT. He was considered teetering the GOAT already. So for the nigga to leave, come back, and,
Mm-hmm.
and create a character that was better than all of his previous characters. Let
Exactly.
me say that again. To create a new character, because when Stone come back, he's still Stone Cold. He's still doing the same fucking shit.
Exactly.
When all the
Exactly.
rest of these niggas, they still coming back doing the same. Hey, how much of the old shit? He
Mm-hmm.
remixed two of his characters and made a totally colder character.
And
And
his final boss character is better than anybody on the roster.
But the
It's
only
more
reason
interesting
he
than
has a
anybody on the
final
roster.
boss character is because the crowd was churning on him. So he said, I cannot have people boo me because of who I am. So I'm going to
But
have to
you
pretend
don't
to
you
be
don't
a
consider that
heel.
But
smart
that's
yeah,
knowing
but
how to
good. I'm
play
gonna
with
say
that?
that's a
You
good
don't you don't
thing though.
consider
like
that smart knowing how to play off
it's
that?
not him. It's not him. It's not him just saying I'm better than all you cats, so I'm the final boss. Everybody knows that he has the corporate part in there, so that
Hmm.
organically builds into the character. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just a nigga over here coming over here like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm the goat. I'm just talking shit because I just feel I'm better than y'all. Like, no, I feel like I'm the goat, and everybody else still. And not on top of that, I got this movie star money,
Mm-hmm.
not you WWE 10 million a year money,
Tiny.
but 50 million to 30 million per film for 3 months money that I'm coming with,
Right.
and I got a position. So
And
Final Boss
XFL.
Rock, it was organically created. He didn't just say, "Oh, let me just say I'm the final boss." Like, no, he's the final boss because we all know that he can flex like that. That's what makes
Yes.
it
You
over
gotta give him
because we
credit
know it's
though.
true. It
You
ain't
gotta
just
give him
Y'all
like
credit.
making it.
like
Listen, but
Ric
my
Flair
thing
said,
is,
"I'm a
Yes.
hundred
Yes.
millionaire, and now
There
I
you
run
go,
this shit." Like,
OG.
no,
Right on.
but here's my thing. Y'all making it seem like that was the whole plan from the get go. My thing is, he's only doing this, like, if y'all, let's say, we live in an alternate universe where people then say, okay, Cody, we don't care about you. Bye. We want Rock and Roman. You think he'd be doing this run? No. He will have that damn match with Roman and he'll be in Hollywood again. He wouldn't be doing none of this. The only reason
Ricky,
this happened is because of other shit. My thing is, listen, The Rock is good and all. Yes, of course. He will always be a legend, regardless if you like him or not. But my thing is, he's low key a little bit overrated when it comes to what people
oh,
trying to make it seem. I'm sorry. Out of every listen, I don't
unbelievable.
care. He's actually he's
Y'all gonna do
unbearable
this to me
sometimes,
back to
man.
back weeks, man.
But
I think you
listen,
guys
first of all,
are
he has a
you guys
massive
are sleeping
ego.
on the influence of social media, bro. How many fucking where my phone at? How many followers does the Rock have?
Do the
Like,
Google for
It
me.
who are the
gotta
top
be over
wrestlers?
500
Roman
million. It
Reigns.
gotta
It
be.
But
got
here's
to
Yeah,
another
be.
he
thing. Y'all want to
has-
talk about followers? The Rock is losing followers every day. He's losing millions of followers.
Just
So
a
what y'all
little
talking
bit.
about?
But
It's a little nugget. It's a little
But,
that
nugget.
shit.
but here's my
I
thing
wouldn't
though.
get it
He's The
right.
Rock. He shouldn't
He
be
can lose
losing
all the followers
followers.
he wants. But
bro.
at the same time,
Anybody
every
look, he got
salary
394 million, 394.
Come
That shit
on
was
now.
almost
okay, so
100
when
mil
he
Come on
like
talks
now.
a
shit,
few weeks
when
ago.
he talks shit, not only is he talking shit on TV, but he's carrying the shit over to his social media, and them 400 million motherfuckers are seeing that. See, that's something that Cody can't do. That's something that Damian
Right.
Priest can't do. That's
Right.
something that Undertaker can't do. That's
Right. None
something
of
that
that.
John Cena
He
can't
might be
do.
the GOAT,
That's something
Nah,
man.
that
He
Stone
might be the
Cold
GOAT.
can't
He might be
do.
the GOAT.
nah,
He
he
might be
ain't
the
the goat.
GOAT.
The
Sorry.
Rock
Well,
is the
let's keep
best
it real,
businessman in
y'all.
all of
Let's
He
keep
wrestling
it
might be the
all the
history.
GOAT.
way
Businessman.
real.
Okay, if y'all want to talk about businessman,
But
I'll
let's
give him
keep it
that.
real.
Mhm.
Go
But
ahead,
let's
humble.
keep it real. A lot of the positions that The Rock and Triple H are in was due to nepotism and favoritism and a lot of politicking. It really
Not true.
was.
Not
And
Yes, it
true.
The
is.
Rock
Yes, it
Not
is.
true.
had
Yes,
bad
it is.
PR
Let me
when
tell you why.
those
Go
Hawaiian
ahead, humble.
wildfires happened. He had bad PR when those Hawaiian wildfires happened, and he had to do a cleanup job last year at WrestleMania. Now, I will always give The Rock his flowers because he does evolve. He's like Chris Jericho. They don't stay the same character. They're gonna always come with fresh new ideas. But come on now, they're dealing with a Triple H that has always been political, a Rock
Hmm.
that's always gonna put his family first. And so
Hmm.
a Damian Priest can't get it like a Rock.
Exactly.
Austin Theory can't get there because of a Triple H, and some of that is some of the OGs in the wrestling game want to protect their positions and their records.
I don't think you can
I,
Again,
compare
I agree
Austin
with
again,
what
we
Theory
she
to The
can't
just
Rock
said
we, we
though.
because The
I'm
can't
Rock
we
was
sorry.
can't keep
favorited.
faulting the man because these guys ain't on his level. We can't keep doing
But
this.
the only reason
We
they're not on
can't
his
keep
level is
doing
because
this.
he got privilege. Let's keep it
No,
a buck.
he created this level when he was full time killing everybody.
Y'all gotta
Bro,
respect.
he's
Y'all
only in
gotta
WWE
respect.
because
Let's
he's
not
half
act like
Samoan.
Rock
Let's
wasn't a
let's
full
cut the
time
bullshit.
Y'all,
like
y'all
If the
for
gotta.
Rock
seven
was
years.
if the Rock was any other minority or 100% black, he'll be in Bobby Lashley right now in the
No,
AEW,
he wouldn't. No, he
incorporating
wouldn't.
half of audience.
Because Bobby
Because let's
can't
get
work
one
the
thing
mic
clear.
like him.
Let's get one
Don't be
thing clear.
disrespectful. You're
Nah, let's
disrespectful
get
now.
no,
You're
no, no,
being
bro, bro, bro.
disrespectful now, dog.
Because let's keep it 100 though.
Bobby can't.
If
Bobby
the
wishes he
Rock
could
is
work the
only there
mic
because
like
he's
Rock.
50%
Bobby
Samoan,
wishes he
because
could
his
talk trash
grandfather
like
ran a
Rock.
promotion, because his father was Rocky Johnson, because his
Oh,
grandmother run a
please,
promotion,
Wait,
because
please,
he,
wait, 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 wait,
Nah,
wait,
bro,
wait,
he's
wait, wait, wait,
only
nah,
wait.
bro.
there.
When you become
please.
the biggest movie star, not the biggest movie star who was a wrestler at first, but when you like for real, like selling more than Brad Pitt's Leonardo,
Come
that
on
fucking
now.
means some shit, bro. That
Wait,
can't
hold
be
on. Y'all can't
ignored.
compare
You
The
can't
Rock
say
to
that
that
means some
type of
movie
actor,
shit.
though.
It's sports entertainment, nigga. That
Yes, we
shit matters.
can.
The
No,
Rock is
no
an action
other.
star. Brad Pitt does action here and there. Like, yeah, hold on. You can we even compare? Like, this is my thing, right? Y'all keep
The
making
Rock
these
is whatever
arguments
you
and
want
stuff.
him to be.
The Rock is generic action star number 93. That's what he is. Let's get that off the
Oh.
way. Like, homie's not that good of an actor. Dave Batista's way better.
Yo, what
Let's
Rock
get
do to
that
you,
out of here.
man? What Rock do to you? Let's talk
This is
about it.
this is the
Let's get it
thing.
off
I
your
have
heart.
nothing against The Rock, but
What
this is,
Rock do
in
to
my
you?
opinion, this is facts for me. Like, we really gonna make it seem like homie really is this good? Like, no, bro. He's
Yes.
only at the level he's
Who
at
can work the mic
with
like Rock?
favoritism,
Let
nepotism,
me
and
say
all that
this, y'all.
shit.
Let me say
Who
this.
can work the
We
mic
said
like
it
Rock?
earlier.
No, no, no,
Didn't we
no,
say it earlier?
no,
If you're white and Samoan, you have a better chance of
no.
being okay.
Listen,
Just because it
And
ain't
The
fair don't
Rock's
mean it ain't true. We ain't saying it's fair,
I'm about to
but
That's
it
what
say.
ain't
I'm
right.
but
saying.
that's what but this is my thing though. Y'all making it seem like homie just built this from the ground up. He had some
No,
He
but
sure
listen,
nepotism.
he
did.
did though.
And
Homie,
He
let's
homie
did.
grew
remember
up
the
with
When
it.
he
only
came
reason
into
The
wrestling,
Rock
what
got
were
the
they saying
swagger
to
he
him?
got in the business was because of Ron Simmons, Patrice O'Neal, the
Exactly.
comedian that
Oh
was
no,
doing a
we
lot
gotta
of writing at
stop.
the
Now
come
we
on
gotta
No,
now.
no,
stop.
no. She's
Some
on
We
of that
gotta
point
some
stop.
of
because
that some
before
of that
that he was nothing but Rocky
was
Maivia with the
regulated
dumbass
by Ron
haircut.
Simmons. He poured into
Right.
The
And what
Rock.
did he say to Vince? What did he say to Vince? Give me the mic for 3 minutes and watch what I do. That was all him.
I was about to say
But you
That's
think he would have
before
done
he
that
had the
alone if he
record.
say
wasn't with Nation
That's
of
before he
no.
Domination?
had the
You
Wait, wait,
record.
truly,
wait,
you're truly
wait.
trying to tell me you think he could have done if he didn't join Nation of Domination? Let's just say they just turned him heel. Do you think he still be at where he's at now?
But
Absolutely.
you can't do that though. You can't
Absolutely.
do that. You can't say
Absolutely.
that he only there because of nepotism and stuff like that. But then once he got his foot in the door, he didn't get over, and because nepotism didn't help him, he didn't get over when he first
But
debuted. He
how can
got
you
Right.
say it
over
They
didn't
were
because
help
he
him
saying
though?
changed the
die
character.
Hold
Rocky
on.
die. They were
Time
saying
out.
die
He
Time
Rocky
out.
die.
changed his
No,
He
no, no,
never
no,
character
no.
lost his
and he put
job.
in the work.
Because this is my thing. You say nepotism can't do that because it didn't work, but he changed it and earned that shit. But what about John Cena? the prototype. It didn't work. Vince was ready to let him go. But once Stephanie saw him freestyle by accident with Rikishi and Rey Mysterio, they're like, hey, Trent is on TV, and he did it. They gave him a new contract, and then boom, the rest is history. The
Rock did
Rock,
the same
you
thing,
cannot.
though.
No, he didn't. He
Yeah, he
got
did.
there. He's like, okay, Rocky Maivia not working, so
That's not
you
how
gonna
it
do
went,
this. But
Ricky.
let's be real,
That's not
it's
how it
because
went,
of
Ricky. Don't do
nepotism.
that.
We
Don't
cannot,
do that,
bro.
Ricky. That's
Listen,
not
The
how
Rock
it
is
went,
one of the
man.
best, but let's cut the bullshit. He is the big part
What
of his.
happened was
In beginning, it was nepotism. Come on now.
it's not nepotism because he was getting ready to get kicked out too. Vince was getting ready to release him too because he kept getting hurt and he kept having failure with the Samoan character.
Bro
But
was gonna
Rock
be all
said,
right
"Listen."
though.
But once he joined Nation of Domination and he was just standing there, Rock said,
Man.
"Listen, Vince, give me 3 minutes on the mic. Watch what I do." And the rest was history from there.
Man, you
He
gotta
made
respect
the
that
Nation.
shit, bro. I'm sorry. At the end of the
But
day,
y'all,
bro,
it's some
I
that
want to
nepotism
see
in
nepotism
that.
there,
Why
made the
y'all
bro.
keep
Come
talking
Nation.
on,
about
man.
the Rack? How good of an actor he is? It don't, we talking about drawing niggas. It don't
I'm gonna
matter.
say fuck him as an
So you
Drawing
actor.
mean to
people
tell
in.
me
But okay, let's
Nelly
talk about
wasn't
drawing.
best
He's
actor when
losing
he went fucking
fans
diamond and
almost
MC
every
Hammer
day
too?
because of his
Drawing.
stupidity.
It don't matter about the skill part sometimes. It's the
But listen,
draw.
OG. Listen, OG. He's losing. A lot of people don't want to admit this, but bro, he's losing fans by the weeks. Y'all don't want to admit it, but he's losing fans because
Yeah, but
homie.
he's losing
That's
fans. But he can lose 10 million fans, and he still got more fans than the biggest wrestlers.
But
You see
eventually he
the
gonna
difference?
keep
Exactly.
losing. But
Exactly.
eventually he gonna keep losing if he don't stop with this bullshit he's doing. And eventually
He's
it's like,
not
what's
gonna
the
keep
point of the
losing.
Rock,
Ricky, people are loving this final ball stuff. Are you not hearing them?
bro? Nah, man, bro.
They
This final
loving
star stuff is
this.
gonna end pretty soon. Bro. Like, can we all stop pretending like he's here for the long run? Once he has this match with Roman, that dude's retiring. He's going back to Hollywood. Let's cut the bullshit.
that's
Rock
what
here
we want,
whenever he
though.
want to be here, man. He here
Man,
whenever he
nah,
want to be
man. You
here.
can't just come back. So let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite wrestler that's on the roster right now, like full time?
Um, I'm a Seth Rollins guy.
Okay, Seth Rollins gets that WrestleMania main event, right? Because I don't even think he main evented WrestleMania besides the cash in. He
Mm-hmm.
gets Roman World Championship, the
Mm-hmm.
biggest feud ever. They built that shit up so good. Rock comes
Mm-hmm.
back. No, I want my Roman and Rock match. And they
Let's
said,
let him
okay,
in.
how would
I'm
you
gonna
feel
welcome
that?
him with open arms.
And then
I'm gonna
Seth
give
is
him a
done, and
hug.
Seth don't get his championship. You okay with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Nah, that's
Because
crazy.
Seth will
That's
never be on Rock's
crazy.
heels. Seth will never be on Rock's heels.
Bro, anybody can be on Rock's heel if WWE pushed them enough. Can we
No, that's not
stop
No,
true.
pretending?
that's
That's
No,
not
not
how
true.
it
Yes,
that's
works.
not
yes,
true.
That's
That's not
not
anybody,
true.
true.
That's
bro.
not
Any
true.
on everything. Let me tell you why.
They
This
pushed
Why
The
do you
Roman
feel
WWE
though.
like Rock's
system
not
can
a
push
if
you
WWE
to the
talent?
moon.
if
Don't
the
believe me?
social media shit wasn't real life, then you cannot ignore the people's influence outside of wrestling when you watch wrestling. Not
Right.
these days, bro. You cannot ignore it,
But
bro.
okay, hold on. Here's my thing. Y'all saying y'all can't, but didn't they did that with Cena? They pushed him to the moon. They made him the biggest
No,
star, and now
no.
he's literally.
Cena was never the biggest movie star in the world. Do you
No,
understand what
but
the
he's
biggest
talked
movie
about
star in the
a
world
lot
is?
more now with
That
his
means
Hollywood
you do
shit.
some shit, and more people want to fuck with your shit than any
Right.
other people's shit.
Right.
Not in
Because
wrestling, not in sports, just period.
But people
When
are
you're a
fucking
big
with
star
Cena and
like
his
that, like
Hollywood
you
shit
said
too,
before,
though.
It's
but
nowhere
not to the
near The Rock.
magnitude of
It's
Rock.
nowhere near The
But bro,
Rock.
y'all
It's not
making
to
it
the
seem like the
Nowhere
Rock's
near
the
magnitude of
The
only
Rock.
Rock.
one, though.
It's not to it's not the same height. That's all it is.
Man,
Rock was able to get to number one in both industries, whether you like it or not.
The highest
That's
paid,
why
the
he's
fastest,
looked
highest
at the
paid
way he's
actor
looked at.
ever. He made the most money as a brand new actor. He made the most money ever as a brand new actor in the fastest time. That is unheard of, bro.
It's unheard of.
That shit never happened before. But real quick,
I don't
y'all.
know, man.
Real quick, we about to end this soon. Let's we got it. Sammy, I'm doing this for you. Let's do top fives. Let's see if people's top
I
fives
want to
change.
hear OGs.
Are we
I
doing
want
this
to hear
again?
OGs. I
Shit.
want to hear OGs. Before I
Everybody,
go off on these guys, I want to hear OGs.
everybody gonna go. OG, you go first, and you're
what
gonna
my
see
top my
top
top
five
five.
wrestlers of all time.
Top five, Mount Rushmore, whatever you want to do.
You already know how I feel about this. I bracket. I can't. It's hard for me to just say them across.
Now listen, I change every time. We good, we know,
Okay.
because mine already changed again. I'm gonna have different people in
Wait, we
mind.
doing
Like,
top 5 wrestlers of all time or anything Pacific?
all time, all time.
Okay.
Final Boss Rock is number one. Just
Mhm.
because what I said earlier, everything that I said earlier is like it don't.
You
Okay,
good in
put it
my
like
hood.
this.
You good at
Okay,
modeling.
let me just make this real for you niggas, right? Let me make it real for you niggas till you touch it, right? So boom. Everybody loves to jock the Attitude Era. The Rock and Stone Cold, they were this big of fucking stars, all this bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much bigger of a star now is The Rock compared to fucking Stone Cold?
A
Magnitude.
lot. I gotta give it to
You have
him.
to check it
That's a
down.
fact. That's a
I gotta
fact,
give it to
Home.
him.
Now
A
check
lot.
it down, but you got down. You can't even compare it,
That's a
right?
fact.
You cannot compare Stone Cold's career to The Rock's career. It all masses together. So I'm gonna say that's the top.
Yeah, Sammy.
Two, Triple H, same type of thing. Nigga, you cannot. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me I don't like his finisher and all this bullshit. If you guys want to get technical and y'all want to do what y'all need to do is say who are the best in ring performers, and that's not what the question is.
That's not what it is.
That's not what the fucking question is. Triple H, bro, how you gonna ignore the fact that this nigga was in there, finessed his way. You didn't even see it coming. You thought Shawn Michaels was gonna be the guy. He became the guy and gave the guy a job. For you to start off in wrestling and to be running this shit, think of who else. The Hulk Hogan couldn't do it. You can't imagine him doing it. Whatever, like all this stuff. Like that is the real shit, bro. He's finessed his way in position to run shit, bro. You cannot ignore. That's a part of his character, and it happened in real life. I'm gonna say that again. That's a part of his character that happened in his real life. Fucking the boss's wife, all this shit. You can't ignore this shit. On top of having the most titles, on top of having the most over faction, number two, on top of fucking having a title in real time, like not like with the last couple of years, but you know a lot of these niggas they be like top and they be like, oh yeah, I had my shit in the '90s. Like no, he was doing this shit like almost to the current date. Had one of the most over factions with Evolution. So boom boom. I would say Ric Flair as my three, but I just would just say Jake the Snake because that's my personal favorite because he taught me how to articulate myself. I was a big Ric Flair fan, and I used to fuck with him. And then when I started watching Jake the Snake, because I mean, well, y'all wrestling fans, but y'all know I'm an author and shit too. So I write books and shit. I got a whole nother channel outside of the wrestling shit that's popular. So what I'm saying is studying him taught me how to effectively communicate. See Rick Ware rant for 3 minutes. Jake Snake will come and he'll say 10 fucking words that mean more than the 5 minutes. So he put me to that dark side and shit, and I liked it. And it just taught me like, okay, you don't have to say a lot, but when you mean what the fuck you say and what the fuck you say has meaning, then that was the vibe. And I just like the dark manipulative shit. That's just my preference. So Rock, Triple H, and Jake the Snake. We can throw Ric Flair in there. It could be a teether because I can sell Ric Flair on the same shit. But my personal favorite was always Jake the Snake. And even to this point where he didn't even need the title. That's how over he was. If Jake the Snake had the title, what would it have done for him? Nothing really.
No.
Other than him saying I was the world shit. Like it doesn't even matter because he wasn't even dominant or nothing. He fucked you up here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like. So you know what I mean?
What about Humble?
If it comes to my top 5, I would put, and I'm go way back, way back, y'all. I'm gonna put Macho Man Randy Savage as number 1. And then I'm gonna do number 2, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Number 3, The Rock. Number 4, Stone Cold. And then the last one, number 5, will be Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
my top 5.
Can y'all believe that these two guys up top left Stone Cold off of the top 5 last week?
Well, OG didn't put Stone Cold in his shit
Yeah,
either.
I'm about to get at him
Exactly.
too.
Like, come on, bro.
I'm about to get at him
Listen,
too.
We
Because
done with
I'm
Stone
looking at it like
Cold.
listen,
if
I
you say
get.
Stone
I'm
Cold,
about to
you
get
ain't
at
even
him
a
too.
wrestling
I'm
fan.
gonna throw him in y'all. I'm gonna throw him in y'all boat. Hold on, wait a minute.
To me, that's just like saying a nigga saying Michael Jordan. Like, okay, if you say Michael Jordan, if that's your best, I need to hear why. Cause y'all just throw that. Y'all just throw
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
because you gotta keep
Mhm.
in mind, people say Stone Cold because it feels like it's the right answer,
No,
and
no,
that's the
no, no,
problem
no,
with a
no,
lot of
no,
stuff.
Yep.
no,
Like, don't
no,
get me
no,
wrong,
no, no.
I think he's one of the best because of what I've seen. But let's be real, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, Stone Cold." Why? Because it's the right answer. Just like in hip hop, who's the best rapper? Oh,
No,
Tupac, Biggie. Why? Because I feel like it's the right answer. That's how it is. Everybody, we live in a day and age where everybody wants to be right and all that. No one really has like an opinion
listen,
and shit like that.
Stone Cold. If you don't want to put him as number one, that's a fair assessment. It's fair. But to leave him out of the top five when this is the man who saved WWE, he saved it. Like that, the WWE was about to be out of business. The
Damn,
WCW
it's
was
three.
saved.
It's top three. It's top three. So if you open up two more slots, he'll get one. We got Nisha down to three.
No, no,
Remember?
we said five on Mount Rushmore. That's what we said. Five on Mount
Oh,
Yeah,
Rushmore.
but
That's
we
well,
four
doing
shit,
or
I got
five.
two
five.
That's
more
four
then.
or five.
We
That's
doing
four or five.
five.
I only
Oh,
said
we
three.
doing
I thought you
five.
said four.
That's four or five.
Well, hold on. Okay, well then, boom. So that I only said three. So boom, I make it easy for y'all. We'll throw Ric Flair in as the four, and then Randy Orton is my favorite for
And
various
you
reasons.
still gonna leave
And
Stone
Stone
Cold
Cold's
off,
still
man.
not up
You,
there.
you, you
Damn it!
still gonna leave Stone Cold
Once
off,
a viper,
OG.
once a rattlesnake,
You
bro.
still gonna leave
Listen,
Stone Cold
Stone
off,
Cold's
man.
There's
run.
levels to this, right? Just like
If
you
you
said,
want
there's
to be,
levels to
want
this.
to be technical though,
Like he
Stone
brought
Cold didn't even have
universal
a 5 year
love to
run.
wrestling.
Let me say that again. Everybody who's considered a GOAT, whether it's The Rock and Ric Flair and all the Stone Cold didn't even have a 5 year run, bro. His run was from
Exactly.
He
1997
didn't need
to
one.
2001.
Yes, the fuck he
He
did.
didn't
Yeah.
need one.
Stone
He
Cold's
didn't need
run
one.
was way too short. That's my only beef with him.
He didn't need
That's
one.
it was very short though. It really was. Like
But
people like to say he was better, but
when you impact the way that man impact, he didn't need all them years, bro.
Yeah, but anybody could have
He didn't need all them years.
2-3 years. Can you do it with some longevity? Can
But
you
Dave,
can you take it another
here's what you gotta
level?
ask yourself though.
That's
Here's what
why I
you
seen
gotta
it
ask
pass.
yourself.
That's the reason why I seen it pass a Stone Cold, Jay,
Exactly.
for that reason you just said. Of
I
course, yeah,
agree,
Stone Cold
OG.
was a bigger star, but Cena was a lesser star. Let's say Stone Cold was an A and Cena was a B, but Cena held that B for a decade, and that means
exactly. And
Cena's
let's
the
not
fucking goat. I
exactly
don't
because
care.
let me tell you this: longevity
You guys could
matters.
keep
Y'all keep
all
saying
them
shit.
years, man.
John Cena carried the company for 15 plus years. Come on now.
Right.
Longevity matters. We gotta give him
Here's the
his props.
difference though. Here's the difference. Here's the
Mm.
difference. You add all them years, right? But you got a lot of criticism during all those years for your era. Who criticizes the Attitude Era like that?
A lot of people don't like.
Well,
Not
I
really
mean,
a lot
There
of
was
people,
people
bro.
that criticized
no,
it
no, no.
towards
Wait,
the
no, Sammy, right? People praise the Attitude Era just to praise the Attitude Era. The
That's what
Attitude
I'm
Era
saying, bro. He
really
brought
wasn't that
that
fucking
kind of
good.
love
Because
to
we look
wrestling.
at it with we look
Nobody
at
else
the
brought
attitude
that
era
kind of
with
y'all
love
look
to
at us
rose-colored
wrestling, bro.
nostalgic sometimes,
Attitude
bro.
Era not that
Nobody
good,
else
bro.
brought that kind of love to wrestling, bro.
Ruthless
Everybody
Aggression is the
loved
best
it.
era. We all know that. Come on now.
Like that initiated from him.
Wait, hold on. Did you finish? Or you only did three?
Yeah, I think I did finish. It was yeah, I gave you my
Oh
top
yeah.
5. But we have to remember though, the Attitude Era was a lot of crash TV. So it reflected the times.
It was just
So
shock
when you
value
got
shit.
yeah, it was shop value TV and Vince Russo thing was we just got to keep people coming back next week. Whereas now it's kind of not like that. Like we got the world champion Cody Rhodes getting maybe 5 minutes on SmackDown, and then everybody else, okay, let's just fill it with filler.
hey,
But Vince
humble.
Russo,
That's a good point what you said because a prime example is Too Cool. Too Cool wouldn't be over right now, and they wouldn't be getting the tag team fucking straps right now. But
That'd be
in
cringy as
that
hell.
attitude area frame, it was good. But if they came back doing the running man and shit, would nobody be checking for them? That shit
Yeah,
couldn't get over, man.
That's
nobody,
fact.
that was
nobody.
definitely to the
That's
times.
facts.
That was
That's
definitely to the times. But let me tell you something. Even a few years ago, when Austin came back to fight KO, do you see that house that man packed?
but
It's
bro,
cause he came back from injury. People never thought he was
exactly.
Did
wrestling.
you
So
but did you
you
see
know what
that
I'm
house?
saying?
We can't do
But
that
again,
though. But we can't do that because when other
Sam
legends
though.
come, it ain't the same. It
But
don't hit
here's
the
the thing:
same.
it's not. It don't hit the same, but they
Unless
It
still
it's The
don't
show
hit
Rock.
the
some type
same.
of respect, though. So it's like, and you got to keep in mind, Austin came from an injury, like, because he had a fucked up neck ever since the Owen Hart match. So when we saw him actually have a match at WrestleMania with KO and actually take some crazy ass spots, then That was a little different than just seeing someone else come back from the Attitude Era and have a match. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
No,
Like
say
that
it
no,
was
that's
more than
fair. That's
like
fair.
it's more than just, oh hey, the guy that used to be the face of the company is back. This is the guy that's not supposed to be doing this, and he just did it. Like, you know.
Right, and he went crazy, and he basically saved both nights,
let's keep
even
going,
at that
y'all.
even at that old age. And like I said, they were competing with the NFL when this man was at the top of his powers, man. The NFL.
Let me go get a beer, man. Let me.
It was that crazy. It was that crazy when this man was at the top. So nobody hit that height. You know what?
hey,
It's hard to argue with that.
hey, Ricky, I'm gonna let you go after me, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna let Dave and Sam go.
Bet.
Number one, my number one and two never changed. Shawn Michaels number one for sure, and Chris Jericho, bro. People talking shit about Chris Jericho now, bro. Chris Jericho. People always talk about Mick Foley with the character changes. Chris Jericho never had a stale character to me. Even the bullshit with the list, that shit was funny. I don't care what nobody say. Even the shit he doing in AEW is cool. Chris Jericho a legend, and now here with shit changed. Number three, I changed. You know what? I'm gonna go Triple H, bro. OG is absolutely correct, bro. Triple H
Mhm.
has one of the best careers ever. Underrated. People hate him now because he's in charge. He the boss. But Triple H, even Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era, Triple H had that longevity. Like Triple H is going crazy, bro. Number four, I'm gonna go Rock. I'm gonna go Rock because you gotta put the Rock in there, bro. Rock
Mhm.
is box office. And number five, I had Kurt Angle. I took Kurt Angle out. I'm gonna go John Cena now. I gotta get John Cena his respect, bro.
Love it. Love it.
John Cena has transcended everything. Once he gone, bro, a lot of people are gonna appreciate him a lot more. Cause, bro, for what it's worth, he shouldn't have beat Wade Barrett. I'll never forgive him for that shit. Everything else though, it was cool. So he got it.
All right. Number one is John Cena. That's never gonna change, and I'm gonna tell you why. Remember that promo that Stephanie did with Cena during 2015? She said it's not where WWE be without John Cena. It's where John Cena be without WWE. And before she said that, she said that guys like The Rock, Austin, Hogan, they all thought the company would fail without them. But she had a point when she said they did better, they thrived without them. When Cena left, the ratings went down. People were complaining there was no real big star. People felt like the main character of WWE was gone. So he forever will be number one for that. Because as much as, yeah, maybe it was going through a rough patch when Austin left and Rock left and all that, but yo, the viewership was still there. The ratings was still there. When Cena left, Raw had the lowest rating of all time. People were scared. SmackDown was not. SmackDown was looking like how AEW was looking. And why? Because Cena said, okay, you guys hate me. You guys want me gone? Bet. Hey, Rock, save me a seat. I'm going to Hollywood with you. And now he comes back. Cena, stay. Cena, stay. Oh, guys, I'm retiring. Motherfucker, how could you? We want you. Don't leave. Don't retire. This and that. Like, come on. So for that, he will be number one because he did his thing. He did such a good job that he's really legit the only wrestler that can say, yeah, the company was, they went through a little rough patch when I left and became a 100% full timer. So he will forever be number one for that. That just tells you how big he was. Two, Rey Mysterio. Come on, bro. Biggest luchador of all time. I feel like WWE, when it comes to the WWE, they see him as an underrated and they underappreciate him, while us fans still are willing to see that big Rey Mysterio moment. Like every year should be at least one Rey Mysterio big moment. That dude is way too big culturally and mainstream wise, in my opinion. Like, yeah, he might not be no Roman. You won't see him on like a First Take or anything like that. But like for wrestling, he's like a god, bro. Homie's on a whole nother level. Like he is him, Cena, and Ricky the Steamboat are probably the best baby faces of all time. A believable one at that. So you gotta put Ray up there. I'm gonna put Macho Man. on 3 this time, just because I felt like he was way better than Hogan in my opinion. That's just me. From listen, I look at videos and I'm like, and I always say to myself, how is it that Hogan was the man and Macho Man was like one of the men? No, Macho Man should have
Shadow,
been the man.
because Macho Man was pimping, so people don't understand what pimping was back then. So only so that he was for real pimping, bro. That's why. So people don't
Oh,
understand.
listen.
It was too much ism for cats. Like, oh, that wasn't story. That was for real shit. So the people were like, oh my god, like that was the ism
Right.
over there,
And
bro.
the crazy part, he was good too. And again, we even talked about this in the stream at one point. Only a few wrestlers can say they fit every box of what it is to be a wrestler with the promos and the wrestling. Like there's so many wrestlers that are good at promos but are not good at the wrestling, and are good at the wrestling and not the promos. Macho Man is one of those few that can say he was good in all of them. So you gotta put Macho Man in the top 5 in my opinion. Um, Number 4, you gotta go Sting. Like you, no one can say they went from hey I'm wearing colorful face paint to then black and white face paint, and then you changing yourself. Like first of all, when he was Surfer Sting, he was big, but when he became Crow Sting, he became an icon. He
I forgot
legit
about
became an
Sting.
icon.
I forgot about
Yeah,
Sting.
like he became an icon. He did his thing, and then let's even look when he went to TNA. He didn't need to reinvent himself, but he felt like, man, I got to do something new. I got to prove to myself I still got it. Let me see what I can come up with. A homie legit took Heath Ledger's Joker and had an amazing run in TNA. Like, so he reinvented himself. He was a good wrestler too. His promos always felt like natural to me. And like, bro, his Joker Sting promos are some of the funniest and some of the best things ever. So you gotta put homie up there, you know. And you know what? For number 5, I put Kurt Angle again, just because again he's one of the few wrestlers that can say, "Hey, I can cut a promo, I can wrestle, I can play a character, I can do segments, and it will all come out good." Again, not a lot of wrestlers can say that. Roman for a long time could not cut a promo. Now he's killing it, but Kurt Angle had it since day one. He had the wrestling since day one. He had accomplishments outside of WWE, because at the time that didn't matter. But nowadays, you look at them signing MMA fighters or Olympians and stuff like that. It's like, yo, this dude won an Olympic gold medal, and even Dave Batista said it. Like sometimes I feel like I don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and Triple H's like, well, look what you did outside of WWE. That's also a big part of it. So winning an Olympic gold medal in wrestling for the United States of America with a broken freaking neck, yeah, homie's top 5 of all time, best professional wrestlers. But that's just me.
Hey
Hey,
Sam.
Shadow. Me and Trav had a debate about that about Kurt Angle too,
Hmm.
because he was saying Kurt Angle was a more WWE guy, and I was like, nah, bro. Like, I enjoyed Kurt Angle's time in WWE. Don't get me wrong, even his comedy shit, but the
Hmm.
nigga was so cold, he made me watch a whole nother company, bro.
That's what
Because
I'm
when
saying.
TNA,
he was
Kirk
yup,
doing
Angle
the
in TNA was
TNA,
a whole
yup.
nother
he
beast.
was waking shit the
Hmm.
fuck up over there,
People
bro.
listen. The only people that say that is
He
just
was
because they
waking
feel like they
shit
gotta be
up
loyal
over
to
there.
WWE. That's the
Say
only reason.
him and
Y'all
Christian was going
go.
crazy in TNA, bro. I don't
He
give a
was
fuck what
making
nobody
that.
Hmm.
say.
And they had the real life sex like storylines that people was really fucking people wives and shit. And we all
Exactly,
knew
with
and
Jeff
he was like,
Jarrett and shit.
that was the shit, bro. Kurt Angle
Yeah.
was goaded.
Kurt
I didn't name
Angle,
him, but Kurt Angle was
top
definitely
5.
goaded. And especially Perk Angle was goaded.
Mhm.
Like, bro, you can nine. I want to say like 90% of his best matches were probably in TNA. Let's keep it a buck. Like the steel cage match, the ladder match, bro. That one match he had with Sting, where for some reason out of the blue, he did a what was it, a 360 splash, but instead of landing like a splash, he landed on his knees on Sting and got up like nothing happened. Like homie's top 5 wrestler of all time, man. I think we need to start appreciating Kurt Angle and look back at his run as this is what we need. And the
When he had
closest
all the
thing
belts and shit, when he had like 5 belts in one,
Mhm.
that's
he saw
that's how
little
good he
pink belt,
was.
do do
TNA said,
do
"Hey,
do
you're gonna
do.
have the tag belts, even though you don't have a tag partner. You're gonna have the X division, even though you're not in the X division. You have the King of the Mountain, and you're gonna have the world title. And plus, you know what? Here you go. Here's the NWA Championship and the IWGP Championship. Homie was killing it, bro. Top 5 of all time, man.
Hey Sammy, I'm taking Stone Cold over Sting. I'll just leave that right there. But
Hey
now y'all
man,
got
hey,
it.
hey, hey man, we gotta ask ourselves: are we here to run a business, or are we here to, you know what I mean? Or we here to just run a wrestling show?
But
Oh
okay, hold
shit!
on. But what about the guys I
You know
just
what
named?
I'm
You don't think
saying?
one of them can run
Let me,
like business wise?
but they ain't gonna draw like Austin.
I'm gonna say I'm not fucking with Sting over Austin. Fuck
No,
that.
they
Sorry.
ain't gonna draw like Austin. Listen, I'm Austin, Rock, 1 and 2. That's one
Mm-hmm.
and two right there.
Oh, you
You know
changed it.
what
I
I
thought
mean?
Hulk Hogan was your number one last time.
Oh no. Hogan's in the 5. He's in the
Okay.
5, but he ain't one. It's
Mm.
Austin Rock. Cena 3, because you got to give it to the man. He held that spot longer than anybody else. He took more bruises, bumps than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan 4. You know, Hogan's right there at 4 because Hogan, like I said to y'all last week, hate him or love him, he transformed 2 different companies. WWF was just a New York based thing, only in New York, only on the East Coast. He transformed all that. Went to WCW, transformed all that too. When they were just known as like the down south wrestling Ted Turner type of spot. 5, I got to give it a Ric Flair because if we're gonna talk pop culture, everybody want to be Ric Flair. Who didn't want to be prime Ric Flair? You know, he was the first
That's
fly
valid.
wrestler. He was the first fly wrestler I've ever seen with
Mm-hmm.
the minks, the shades, the loafers, the suits, the promos, getting all the girls, the limousines. Like everybody wanted to be Ric Flair. So he got to hold down my 5 spot.
All right, Dave, take us home.
First of all, I like the diversity of lists, man. I like the love shown to Randy Savage and DDP and Kurt Angle. But I'm gonna go with number one, man. Anybody that knows me, is John Cena, man. I think, listen, from start to finish, nobody has had to carry more. Nobody's delivered more in their body of work, more classic moments, more classic matches, more classic segments. I think his resume just really speaks for itself. I feel like people born in the 80s and up don't appreciate John Cena because they haven't seen enough of him. But that's cool. I'm gonna go with John Cena number one. Number two is The Rock. If you tell me you want to put Rock over Cena, I'm not gonna argue with you. The Rock really might be the GOAT. I can't believe I heard all the disrespect from Ricky today.
It's
But
crazy.
Rock might be the GOAT, but I put Rock in my two. Three, I'll put Stone Cold Steve Austin. I respect what he did for the Attitude Era. I don't put him one or two because I think he basically had like a 3-year window. So that's what stops him from being the top two for me.
Hey, real quick, hey Dave, I want to be a devil's advocate because this is something I just thought of,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
know no one of you motherfuckers ain't never thought about this. Imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin and erase his whole interaction with Vince McMahon, and then
Facts. Where would he be? That's a good point. It really is a good point.
He definitely needed Vince. He definitely
Where would
needed
he
Vince.
really be? Yeah, he would be another guy, just another main eventer. But I'll put Stone Cold in 3. 4, listen, he's not my personal cup of tea, but I like to respect how people impact the industry. Hulk Hogan's gonna be in the 4th. I gotta respect it. What his impact on wrestling really speaks for itself. And then five is always hard. That's the spot that kind of changes for me. Um, but man, I gotta show love to the Godfather, the best pure character of all time, Undertaker. Like Undertaker is the greatest character creation from start to finish. Fighting him at WrestleMania was better than winning a championship. So I gotta give it to the Phenom, man. And if you want to slide Flair in that 5th spot, I'm cool with it. But I'm gonna go with Taker there.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yo, you think we should do top 5 underrated wrestlers? Just for
We
old
should
time's sake?
we should do that one of these days.
Yeah,
Nah, we
we got to
definitely
do
could.
underrated for sure.
And we got to do the women too.
Yeah.
We got to do the women
Mm,
one time for sure.
of
But
course,
listen, man, we W stream is always, man. We basically made it to the 3 hour mark, and I will say this stream we've actually retained the most people ever. So
Nice.
everybody that's been here pretty much been here like the whole
that's what's
time.
up.
Like it's barely left like the number that I'm looking at right now. So that's what's up, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'll put everybody's YouTube channels in the comments that you already know. Follow me on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram and all their things, and we gonna share and stuff like that. But yo,
For sure.
since we got everybody here, I'm gonna make the announcement, y'all. I did say that Ricky was gonna host the next all time fantasy draft, and we will do all time fantasy draft with tag teams. And I said, let's make it harder. Let's have all six of us on there because there ain't that many tag teams to go around. So you're gonna have to be very selective. So we're gonna work out the details, and we need to schedule that stream where we can do a fantasy draft for all tag teams all time. Let's do it.
Facts.
I
Let's
say this.
do it.
I say this, Black Couch. If we put some pressure, Humble need to host the next one. Oh,
Oh
Mm.
no.
Yes.
That'd be
yeah.
Oh my
great.
Yes.
That could be
goodness.
a great.
Now
That could be a
let's
100%
great
get this
humble.
content
influencer. Let's
popping
do it.
now.
Hmm.
There you go. There you have it.
Wait, I
So
have a
guess
question
what?
though.
Now you gotta do it now. So
Hmm.
I have a question.
now
When we
you
talk
talking
about
all
tag
this shit.
teams,
Now you gotta talk all this shit and then keep doing talking all this shit.
Yeah. Tag teams, not factions. Tag
okay,
teams.
yeah, I was just
Okay,
about to
tag
say when we talk
teams.
about tag teams, we're talking about like tag teams or like faction tag
Mm-mm.
teams shit.
Just
So like
just
two
straight tag
men
team. Yep.
duo. We're talking about
Hmm.
best duos basically.
And if they in a faction, you got to pick the two that tag team together. You know what I'm saying?
So
Okay,
Humble, you
but
know
they
that means you gotta make
okay,
like
got you.
5 videos on decks because when you host, they gonna want to see other videos. So that means you gotta make this wrestling content. You
Dang.
know it.
Oh
You
no,
know it.
I'm
You
not
might as well
ready,
do it.
y'all.
Nah, that's good. That's good
Trust me,
incentive. That's good
you
incentive.
good. You good.
Or if you want the stream to be your first, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you'll get a lot of motion, but you need to start making these videos. I talked to her yesterday.
All
OG, I
right,
already told
okay.
her. I
Hold on. Let
already
me
said
just say one thing. I don't even know if you know this, dude. A woman that see. I'm gonna just give you the hacks. I know this is the real shit. A woman that knows wrestling. Put it like this: if you didn't know wrestling, you would still pop. But you a woman, and you know you're like it's all automatic. Like you are
Mm-hmm.
doing yourself a
Facts.
disservice by not creating. Because these niggas be so goddamn thirsty. Not to say you're not a good woman, but I'm just saying. No, for real. No, Black Pouch, because you already know. Because I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
fucking with the dating shit. So I'm just use an example. Like when Kevin Samuels was out, he broke a girl out named Jessica X. And Jessica X never showed her face at all. And yeah, she'd get hella subscribers, hella fucking super chats, because she had a London accent and a cute avatar. She never cammed up. And money was running through. Just telling
Mhm.
you.
That's how
That's a
horny these
fact.
motherfuckers is.
Mhm.
And I want to jump in here and say, first time chatting with Humble. I love the fact that you're on this panel. I love the fact that we get a woman's perspective here because I
Yep.
always am fascinated by the other side, just getting new perspective. And I'd love to talk some more. Maybe, hopefully, not just on air, but if you're open to it, we could talk about coming on my channel too.
Put some
Net
Oh, I'm
100 if you
down.
want her to do it.
networking.
Yeah. Yep,
See.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
down. I'm down. I
Humble, let me
gotta.
tell you. Let me tell you a secret. I mean, not like that, but I got hundreds of thousands of followers, and I got millions of views on YouTube. But guess what? When I started, it was the bad idea. I had an LG phone. Niggas are selling me. You tripping? You why the fuck you gonna do that? All this bullshit. I had no
Mhm.
support, and now I'm on here. I got 100 fucking books. I'm about to punch my 100 books. You see what I'm saying? So
Damn.
sometimes things supposed to happen. It ain't on your dime. It's just supposed to happen. So just because you didn't have it in your plan that you was gonna be fucking doing wrestling content and shit, don't mean it with the universe and have a plan for you.
Yep.
So you know your shit. You got a good network. Do this shit because a lot of motherfuckers who know this shit. They don't even have a network to help promote them or motivate them. You do. So you're gonna ignore that shit. Just
I'm
saying.
gonna try not to. Y'all got to give me a chance to get myself together.
We
That's
gonna get it.
understandable.
Press a
Listen,
one
We
in the
gonna get
chat if
it
y'all
though.
want her to do it.
we got five. You got five people that you networking with. And oh, by the way, my
Facts.
bad, y'all. I forgot to say this. Thank y'all for the 6,000 subs, man. Hit 6,000 last night. I was asleep. Your boy went out. I had a couple of drinks, so I ain't wake up but to about 12, 1 o'clock today. But hey, man, appreciate y'all for the 6,000 subs, man. We're gonna keep going, man. Couch Giving is still running. I'm dropping 3 uploads next week. The week after that, we're gonna do viewers choice, and then the last week I'm uploading every day. So let's make it happen. Appreciate y'all for coming to the stream. I'm gonna talk to y'all offline. Now that I got everybody Instagram, I can tag everybody. And Sammy, I just sent you a request on Instagram.
I
Look
got
at
you.
these. Tell me
Got
you
you,
gave
big.
me
Got you,
one.
big
Yeah,
dog.
listen.
Word up. So all right, yo,
Listen,
we're
man.
gonna talk offline and see the details for the next for the fantasy draft. We definitely gotta do that for sure.
Bet.
Yeah, yeah, Ricky, I'm a grow on you, man. Don't worry, man.
Listen. If it makes you feel any better, I'm only
You and OG,
20,
you and OG.
so
I'm gonna rearrange y'all list just a little bit, man.
And I'm
You,
gonna tell
OG,
y'all
and Kai.
this: if y'all come and y'all subscribe to my channel, you niggas don't be disappointed because I'm gonna upload this. So don't be so go look at this. Gonna be the newest one. So go look at other shit. Don't be like I already seen this. Yeah, because I'm gonna upload it. You think if I'm selling some shit for 3 hours and jump this fire game, I ain't gonna put up my own shit? Of
Right.
course I am. So what I'm saying is,
facts.
if you come over there to look at the shit other than the new shit, because
Yeah,
this is gonna be the new shit.
Bet.
yeah.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna send
Yeah,
all y'all the video once it uploads. That shit take hella long. So I got y'all.
yeah,
So everybody can post this shit if they want to.
bet.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Bet.
facts.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
y'all. Y'all
Have a
enjoy y'all
blessed night.
Saturday, man.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
have a
Y'all stay
blessed night,
safe,
y'all.
man. Take care.
Have a good
See you on
night,
the
y'all.
next stream. All right.
Have a
All
great
right.
weekend. Nice
You,
talking to y'all.
you
You
too.
too, humble. Stay safe. Peace out, OG.